dear Jesus, please help AJ get his visa to come to the Olympia in 2019. AJ has been a good boy all of his life. So please help AJ get to the Olympia. We pray, oh Lord, each day, day by day, help AJ. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Welcome back to MD Global Muscle Radio here at the Pump Media Studios with me, your host, Giles Thomas, and joined by my co-host, AJ, all the way from Norway. AJ?
4 weeks away to the Olympia.
Is it 4?
4 weeks away to the Olympia, and we just did a prayer.
We just did a prayer, yes. Who do we pray to, AJ?
Oh, living on a prayer.
Yes.
It was Bon Jovi. It's the only white song I know.
Yes. And also, AJ at the start asked if I would put some sunglasses on with him, and the reason I didn't was because I'll show you now.
Well, you found some.
Yep. I can't get them on my headphones. Do you know how this happened, AJ?
No.
On our first Global Muscle Pro Tour.
Yeah.
These were, I think you sat on them.
No. I fixed them for you. Remember, you said give it to me and I fixed them.
No, that was when the lens came up, but this is actually broken. So these are my favourite sunglasses. Now I do actually need a pair, so I'm going to do a GoFundMe to get some new sunglasses. So thanks, AJ. So I'm going to wear to the Olympia. So.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Are you sure about that?
Yes.
When was that?
It was when we were in the back of the car. I mean, you were very squished in the back with all the luggage and everything, if you remember.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Did you just say when we were in the back of the car?
He.
That's all right.
When we?
Did I say that?
Come on now. I'm not into that.
I couldn't squish
new
him.
trendy
Just
thing that you guys
checking,
be doing in the streets, but
What? Hey.
Okay. Global Muscle episode 32.
32. Yeah.
Wow.
That is 8 months of solid. I know we had the break, but that's 8 months of solid. So I got to stop doing this. 8 months of episodes because we do one a week.
So we can. We got a booth. Oh no, we can't say that.
No.
No.
And look at the new MDs. Have you seen something special about that one? Do you like that cover? You really like that cover, don't you?
Before we go in, people don't like us talking about Phil anymore, but we still
is
do
that
it.
Phil, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, do you know something about my my Facebook account is racist?
Whoa, what happened?
Do you know why? Because remember you said that I said that everyone looks like Jeff Beckham.
Yeah.
Because how can I put this? Well, my Facebook thinks that everyone's Clarence DeVee. No, seriously.
Yeah, he don't look like Clarence DeVee.
Well, that's what Facebook thinks.
Seriously?
Yeah, because I put a thing up on my Facebook. Who was it? Another athlete. Who was it? But no, everyone, it just tags in because of the facial recognition.
Yeah, and thought it was Clarence DeVee.
Clarence DeVee, yeah.
I really like this cover. I think... Chris, don't you like it? For the camera, guys... Steve Laureus.
It's a bit black and white.
Yeah, that's what's cool about it.
What do you like about it, AJ?
It just looks dope as shit, as they say in the streets.
Dope as shit.
But you don't like it?
Yeah, it's good.
Who did it?
Do you know, he looks like the guy at Breaking Bad.
Speaking
you
of
never watched Breaking Bad?
No, I don't watch those things like this. Come on now. Okay. Yeah, actually, the guy who invented amphetamines and...
No, he looks like the guy, what's the guy with the chicken place? Oh, the bad guy, the really bad guy. The guy with the glasses. It just reminds me of him.
He's going to come to me.
Oh, not Pablo.
The glorious Steve Laureus. That's
nice
cool.
Yeah,
Ron Harry's making up cool
He
nicknames,
impressed me at the Arnold Classic because that's the first time I'd seen him on stage. Prepped by Neil Hill.
Jason Ellis.
Yeah.
Who's that again?
Jason Ellis, good photographer.
Okay, very good photographer. Huh? Jason Ellis.
Yeah. Yep.
Signed Phil Heath one.
Can you just be a bit more care with my magazines, please?
So this is a signed one.
Yeah.
Are you giving
What
it
does
away?
it say, though? Because I can't even read it. To Giles, stop following me. Stop. To Giles, stop stalking me. Phil Heath.
So we're 4 weeks away.
Yep, Olympia.
Hardy Chupan is not allowed.
Oh, come on. Gutted about that. Do you think he could win? Do you think he could have won the Olympia if he'd have been let in? Not just the 212, but the Open. Do you think there's going up against Brandon, Rowley, Bonac, do you think he could take those guys out? Because
I do not think he can win against Brandon Curry, no.
So where would you think he'd be? We spoke about this last
Top
episode.
3.
Top 3? Well, yeah, but the top 3 he's going to be beating guys like Rowley.
Yeah,
you
can do that.
You think Hardy could beat Rowley?
Yes, don't you?
You think he could beat Bonac?
I don't think he's going to do it, but I think he can.
Well, I think it's all hypothetical because he can't get into America anyway. This thing is, there's not many post-Olympia shows now, is there? Because I've heard the EVL show might be
cancelled.
Yeah, I'm sure it's been cancelled from next year, or is it this year? I know, that's such a fantastic show.
Oh.
I went to that show in 2012, the first year when Dennis Wolf won it, and I covered it with Talia Mello for MD.
Oh yeah.
And I had Shawn Rhoden winning it, and she had Dennis Wolf winning it.
I saw today
She won.
that there's a petition going on to get Shawn Rhoden to do the Olympia.
Yeah, I'm gonna sign it.
Yeah, but what does that even mean? Petition to make sure, like
It's just trying to rally some support to try. I mean, it won't make a difference, I don't think, because I don't know. Will it make a difference?
Of course not.
Could it make a difference though?
No.
The thing is, you haven't got much time.
And also, is he prepping for Olympia? I know you said it, but is he really prepping
Well,
though?
he told me he is. So, is there any opportunity for him to do post-Olympia shows? Because it's only the Olympia they won't let him do.
Yes, he. You know what show we're going to cover after Olympia? It was the first show after Olympia.
Romania?
Yeah.
That's not the first show. That's in November.
Yeah, so what show is there after that? There's nothing going on, really.
I need to check the calendar. Is there any way we can check? Can we check the IFBB calendar, the show calendar at all? It's hard to find, isn't it? Well, no, it is. I mean, remember when
bodybuilding's still in the Stone Ages, bro. You gotta, if you want to find the stream, you better pray to Jesus so you don't go out.
Pray to Joe Weider.
Oh.
Do you remember when they used to have all the Grand Prix tours? And
No shows are streamed?
Yeah, is that such a big deal? Or
What do you mean? If you want to watch...
You go on about that all the time on the forum.
If you are a guy in Somalia or Mogadishu, Somalia, and you're trying to get your freak on, and you're trying to watch Hella Trevino do a side chest, you don't want to go to Instagram to see some shitty picture. You want to see the stream of it.
Okay.
Don't you?
Yep. Okay.
Where are you going now?
Why don't we talk about who I went
Chris?
to... AJ?
Yeah?
Why don't we talk about who I went to see on Saturday?
Who did you go to see last Saturday?
Dorian Yates.
The legend.
Yes. I actually used to work for Dorian, and it was my first proper job in the industry back in 1999 when he was a partner in a company. Yeah. I was only 23.
Yeah. Ooh.
And shall I tell the story about when he spotted my suspect triceps?
Yeah.
I told me and him were laughing about this.
Yeah.
He remembered.
Oh.
Because when he used to come to the office, I used to make him, his favourite was a peach Metrex.
Okay.
So I'd make him a peach Metrex. I was 23.
What's a peach Metrex?
Peach Metrex.
Yeah.
Peach Metrex.
That's the what?
Metrex, peach flavour.
Oh, yeah, okay.
What the hell? I was like, trying to confuse me there. And I think I told this story before.
400 times in the car, but for the audience at home.
It was like my Triple H story.
Yeah?
Yes, and then, so anyway, I put it down on the desk, and he just went, and he looked at my arm, and he goes, and then he gets up out his chair, and he looks over at the other arm, and he's like, Giles, what have you done to your triceps? I went, nothing, Dorian. He says, Giles, you've got matching bruises on the same side. Because obviously I've been...
Yeah.
I put a bit of prop in there.
In the triceps.
Yeah, and I said to him, and I told him how I did it, and I told the same thing to Charles Clement, and he winced because I put it in with a really long pin, and I said what I do is I do that, and then I stop when I hit the bone. And when I told Dorian that, he nearly vomited, and I thought, well, hang on, I thought all the guys did stuff like that, but apparently not. So
a guy from my gym told me to see. He lived with the guy. He lived with Ernie Taylor in.
Ernie
told me some secrets.
Did he?
Yeah. You don't want to say that on the show.
I like Ernie. But we saw Ernie at the Body Power.
Looking very young. Yeah, he looks young. He's got
good. Great
personalities. Well, not still. He's still got but he's got a great personality. He's fun. He's charming.
Still looks big.
He looks 45. He's like what? 88.
I don't think he's that old. No. Maybe 68.
Yeah, no.
No, but he, I went to his last contest. It was a 2003 British Grand Prix.
Can you find Ernie Taylor up on the screen?
Get it right. And that was the one that Jay Cutler won.
Yeah.
And Jay Cutler was a little bit off, but Jay was so wide, so thick. And Ernie came 10th in that year's Olympia.
Yeah.
Jay Cutler was second. And then sometimes the Grand Prix tour, some of the top guys would get worse, and the other guys lower placed would get better and catch up to the guys. Now, he ended up getting second, beating Gunter, beating some other guys. Yes, I mean second in the British Grand Prix.
Yeah.
So he beat, along with the big lineups, these guys, So he got second there, and then he had his accident from the motorbike.
Oh,
Skidded on some diesel.
what happened there?
Well, he was on his motorbike. He was driving through Wales, and he came. It was only in a 30-mile-an-hour speed limit zone or whatever, and he skidded on some diesel, and he came off, and I think he ripped his pec, his tricep, and I remember because he tried to guest pose a few months later, and he says that the audience's reception will gauge whether I make a comeback. And he said it was like
bad.
Normally Ernie was like because he was such a freak. You all right, Chris?
We're waiting for Ernie Taylor.
Oh right, that's what you were doing then. You're like give a double take. Yeah. So I mean, look at that. And he said that was 2003. That was a 2002 Olympia. That was there's Chris Lund pictures there. These are Chris Lund pictures. I mean, they're fantastic. Yeah. I remember when he got third at the 1997 Night of Champions, and that was his breakout year. Bearing in mind, he came in, AJ, he came on the scene when Dorian retired.
Yeah.
So we thought, wow, we've got another guy who could potentially win the Olympia. Trains at Temple Gym.
Was he popular back then? Was he like when he walked around, everybody like stopped him?
100%. 100%. He was, and he was, do you know what? He's one of the best posers in the industry.
So compare that now to like Luke and Sandow and when Nate and the actual walk around. It's not even the same, man. The reaction from people.
Well, thing is, just then there only was the open class. Now we have 212, classic, men's physique. So it's more diluted. So even though the industry's kind of grown in some ways, it is different, but it's more, I don't want to use the word diluted, but you see what I mean? So, yeah. But Ernie was fantastic. Do you want to scroll down or? He's got a little independent show as well. I don't see little. Sorry, it's really rude. He's got an independent show he's doing. Look at that.
A little
No, it's independent, but he's giving away good prize money as well. So to competitors. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Yeah, really good.
He's got some freaky arms there, huh?
Yeah, and you got to see those arms up close, mate. They're ridiculous.
They're
ridiculous. I mean, you measured Phil's at 22.
Yeah.
I mean, his look bigger.
They look bigger.
Yeah.
More freakier, or?
Well, Ernie's a little bit. How tall's Phil?
5'9", 5'8",
Yeah,
5'9".
Ernie's about that. So they're probably very similar sort of measurement-wise. But Ernie was incredibly popular. He used to do very good seminars. And
he was a fighter, karate, or wasn't it something like that?
Ninja.
Yeah,
absolute ninja.
He was a ninja.
Yeah, he was trained by the League of Shadows.
Okay. Yeah, this is a true story, or?
Yeah, true story.
So he was into Bruce Lee and
nerd reference.
Yeah.
League of Shadows. Yeah, a guy called Ra's al Ghul trained him. Yeah, it's true.
I don't know what this is, but let's go to Muscle Development Instagram. Let's go over the final Olympia qualification list is out.
Whoa. Hold up. What's going on with this Lebanon qualifier? Because I've not heard anything about it. Everyone's saying the Tampa's the last one.
It's cancelled. It's over. It's a wrap.
What's cancelled?
The Lebanon Pro. There's nothing going on there.
You just don't know.
No, but that's the final qualification list.
Well, what's happened to the Lebanon show? I thought there was a Lebanon show, an open show.
Probably it just cancelled it. Big Ramy ain't doing it, so there's no point in having it.
Yeah.
There's no
So
Lebanon
what
Pro.
do you think Ramy's going to do now then?
Should we look at the list and then talk about Ramy? No? Okay.
Okay.
Here's the MD. If you go to... Oh, it's up already.
Oh, wow.
Oh, they're fine. They're...
Oh, did you send that across? Oh, thank you. Cheers.
Oh, that's, and they posted it.
That's good.
Ron Harris stepping up.
Look at Lunsford. Thing is, though, I think there is a good argument.
Let's look at Lunsford a little bit, yeah.
AJ, I think there's a good argument for him going open there.
Oh, Josh.
But look at the next picture. He's got shredded glutes at that weight. So look at that. I mean, that looks like Flex Lewis.
Should be our next global muscle tour, bro.
And do you know what I'm very happy to see?
I liked it first.
No. I'm very... Oh, yeah, he did, yeah.
We need some followers. What's your Instagram account again?
Giles_Tiger. Well, it comes up on the...
Can you say it one more time?
Giles_Tinder Tiger.
Mine is AJ Kelly Robert.
It's not Tinder.
And what's yours?
At Pump Media.
Because our Instagram following is slowed down.
Yeah. I'm only 1.2 million at the moment.
I'm only at 788,000. I wish...
You got to speak it into existence, AJ.
What's your Instagram up at too, Chris?
23.
1,000.
No, just 23.
Million.
No, just 23.
I wonder if anyone's got 23 million.
Are you aware Simon Panda? You know that model?
Simeon.
How do you say it?
Simeon
Simon.
Panda.
He's got 5. Are you telling me that Simeon Panda, more people know about him than Kai Green? I don't believe it. There's something
I don't...
fishy going on.
What is he apart from a...
He's a model, sexy model. Look great.
Yeah, but what is he apart from a physique? What does he do?
Sexy.
Yeah, but what does he do?
Being sexy.
Well...
Maybe he's got 5 million girls wanna... I don't know.
What,
but
800,000 guys? Do you want to look like him?
he looks
5
great.
million, that's a very big black book.
Instagram accounts with the most followers. You ready?
Yeah.
Like, I'm just
fitness or...
No, listen, my question was, is there anyone with 22 million followers in the world?
Yeah, of course.
Who?
Cristiano Ronaldo.
Cristiano Ronaldo is number one. He's
There
a
you
football,
go.
He's a footballer,
Who?
Giles.
What?
Cristiano Ronaldo. Football.
Is that where they throw it?
So 175 million followers.
How much?
175 million. Next is...
Can you imagine his DMs?
Let's guess who's second. Who's second?
Well, it begins with an A because I just said it.
A?
Are we? No, give us a clue. Is it a sports person?
No.
Yeah, not Kardashian.
A?
Please don't let it be.
It starts with an A.
Singer.
Oh no, not bloody that.
Wait,
not
give
Ben.
us-
Not the one who.
A?
Singer. Begins with A.
Soldier Boy?
Nope.
A. Oh, it starts with the A.
A.
Huh? Drake? It's not an A.
I know it is. It's the Fonz. A.
No, who is it? We're very stupid over here.
Ariana
joke.
Grande.
No, that's fake.
No!
No.
159 million.
115 million?
Has she got a blue?
159.
Has she got a blue tick though?
So we've got only one sports person other than a footballer, if you can.
Oh, not Kanye. Not Kanye.
So another
Sports person, bro. Sports.
who's in the top 10. Who might that be?
That will be as much as it will.
Is it in a box? Not a box.
Give us-
What's the
Floyd Mayweather.
the cage fighter?
No, think closer to home.
My main man, David Hay.
Nope. How's that closer to home?
He's in the UK.
Oh no, it's a term meaning closer to home, is in closer to
bodybuilding.
closer to the sport of bodybuilding.
Lou Ferrigno.
Sylvester Stallone.
Nope. He's not even on Instagram.
Isn't he?
Of course he is. I follow him every day.
The real.
Come on, there's only going to be one person, one superstar.
AJ, are you going to change yours to the real AJ so people? Because when you put that means you're legit.
The real
Giles Tiger.
David Beckham.
No.
I don't know.
Muscle.
He's got
muscle. Got muscle. What? The Rock.
I follow The Rock.
Dwayne Johnson,
I
and
love him.
that's
Love
100. That's 150 million followers.
What's your Rock's best movie for you? Because he ain't got that many good ones. So what's the best one for you?
Well, the only one I can think of is Jumanji. I like that.
So that's your what's your best
Good.
one?
It was good. Now, what's his best film? What?
I can't say I've seen many.
Yeah. He's breaking through.
Pain and Gain.
I want to see that because that's a true story.
You haven't seen it?
No.
Oh my.
I've heard that Hobbs and Shaw is
Hilarious. He's on cocaine and like robbing people and like.
Was it? Do you think it was based?
Juicing and looking big.
So
And
do you think it was based on a true story of anyone in the industry? Partying and girls and
there's no girls for us. It's only boys, bro.
What?
We only got people in our store. Have you ever been people putting in your store like thanks Giles the Legend or something? Have you gotten some that's yet in your stories?
They call me leg end.
When you get those, it's only guys saying us about us.
Oh, yeah,
There's no girls saying that.
Occasionally get the.
Yeah, I'm not legend. I'm not calling you legend.
But they don't have many teeth.
Let's go to the qualification.
There's a benefit to a girl having no teeth.
Let's go to the Olympia qualification list.
No, totally went over his head, that one.
So they can. Okay, so it's in.
Oh, no, you didn't ask my question. Do you know why I'm excited about that picture? That other one?
It's the one up to the. You just want to look at Derek Lunsford a little bit more.
I want to look at Derek Lunsford's bum. It's because he now has not bad calves.
Yeah, I see.
His calves were shit last year.
Oh, whoa,
no, but they're really good. No, they're really good.
Hey, don't
And
call Dennis Wolf calves like that, bro.
I messaged him. I said, "Lord, sort your calves out." No, I didn't. No, but have you noticed how much the pros do actually respond well when you give them positive criticism?
Yeah. After you give us a little bit hyping first, of course.
Yeah, because I think when they get to know you and you say something, they're like, "Oh wow," because you just expect everyone's going to tell them, but they don't. They don't get told. Like I remember saying to there's a 212 guy. I said, "You really need to bring your lower lats up, mate." I said, "Really." Isolate them more. And he went, "Oh, thank you so much." Very rarely the really good athletes will turn on you or say, "Oh, you're full of shit." Because I think they know our intent, hopefully.
I love Steve Kukla, by the way.
Yeah, you're in love with Steve Kukla.
6 feet, 290 pounds, handsome, tan, a man you can trust. A good old American bodybuilder. That's what the streets need.
Not a midget?
Not at all. I saw that video you put up. I said, no. Steve Cool. Yeah, man. No, but it's...
Nice guy.
Yeah.
Well, I interviewed him 2011, and I really liked him then.
212 class is for the 5 and 8 and under.
No, shorter.
I know, but I'm just saying in like a AJ fantasy world. Okay. You have 5 and 8 under.
You 5'5" and under.
That's okay. Yeah, but we want Olympia guys to be like 6'2" and over, you know?
Well, there's only Jeff Beckham.
Tony Freeman, Jeff Beckham,
yeah,
Gunther Schlierkamp,
AJ,
Ed Nunn.
Let's talk about more current guys.
Lou Ferrigno, Roland Kickinger. I'm going on. Paul Dillette.
Yeah, well, maybe someone this century. But like, guys, I'm on about
Jamie the Giant.
Well, yeah,
there's only one or two.
I mean, someone.
Just making shit up.
Okay, who's what bodybuilders that are good are over 5'10"?
Right now,
yeah,
Steve Kuklo.
Give me 5.
Steve Kuklo, Jamie the Giant,
6'5".
Dennis Wolf.
No, he's not competing anymore. You can't.
What?
You can't.
Dennis Wolf's not competing? Are you sure about this? I heard he's doing
messaged me this
comeback in men's physique.
He messaged me this morning. He was just getting off his jet ski. He loves his jet skis, doesn't he?
Regan Grimes.
He's not 6 foot.
Of course. Come on, it's Regan
He's
Grimes.
short.
Regan Grimes is short.
He's short.
Antoine Volant.
He's about 5'11".
Quentin Araya.
Is he tall?
Are you smoking something tonight? What are you talking about? You know these guys are tall.
Hang on.
Oh, that was not smoking. That was...
No, AJ, I'm not smoking anything.
Jeff Beckham, main man.
6'2". Forgets to diet.
Oh, man, he's...
Come on, Jeff. Get your shit together, mate.
Just
Come on,
so
we believe. AJ, we believe. Make Jeff Beckham great again.
No, but...
Come on, we believe in him, though. Come
Jeff,
on.
are you listening?
Stop pissing around and get your ass in condition.
But why is he
what
not
a beautiful,
dieting?
beautiful physique man like that.
But why is he not dieting when he does shows?
I don't know. But he's not.
Because I really love Jeff Beckham.
You
has
pointed
a great
out
personality.
You were raving about when he went to Romania, and I was
such
like,
big legs and such good guy.
Yeah,
but coming off.
Maybe he needs to get a prep coach, or I don't know. He just needs to. He needs to be accountable to someone because this is someone that. Well, at the moment, he can't be trusted to get himself in condition. But no, I'm serious. I say it from a point of view that he is really good.
Yeah.
And you pointed him out, and I was like, oh, Jeff Beckham. Yeah. Okay. So I looked at the pictures, and I was just like, yeah, I can see it. So he's 6'2". You know, he's got
legs of a horse, ass of a horse, with tall, smile, posing like a god.
Yeah.
But it's but to be fair, the improvements he would not if there's condition obviously, and there's something else too.
Stomach.
Yeah, but that's also probably, hopefully, a little bit with the condition. If he comes in better, that will go down a little bit.
There's a multitude of reasons that can be. That could be inflammation from eating crap foods.
Yeah.
That could be too much carbon up too late to the show to try and fill out. That could be too much GH. Yeah, it can be stuff like that. It can be a build-up of... I think it's like inflammation from certain foods. That can be rectified. It can be, but you've got to be smart and you've got to be really you really got to go after it and stop denying it.
So he needs more meat on the pecs.
Yeah, a bit more chest.
That's the...
How old is Jeff anyway?
He's young.
How old is he?
You don't want to say Playboy's name on air.
No, is he younger than he looks or older than he looks?
He's
He's younger than me.
Yeah. Hello. Who isn't young?
Oh no!
Can we...
check my profile out on Tinder, ladies.
Okay, producer, can you please go to the list?
Are you on Tinder?
Come on, stop this Tinder talk now. You go up,
I don't know what it is.
in the middle, Olympia views, there. Okay, if you can just start pressing.
If you could just swipe left, please.
Not that one. Yeah, and you go slowly to the... I think you can... next, there's a lot of pictures on it.
Swipe left.
No, that's... You press on it.
That's Joel Thomas. He's fantastic. Oh,
Where?
there's us.
There, and press that one. Huh? You can move it on mine. You know what I mean? Like, it's all the people that's...
How do you do that?
How did I do that? You know what I mean?
Don't think we can do that, buddy.
Arse.
Yeah, that's a competitors list.
Let me just look into it for 1 second.
Yeah. Okay. We'll talk amongst ourselves.
So you said only 14 people in Olympia.
I thought you said 12.
12. Here it is.
12 is not enough.
Okay, so here we have.
I got one.
Yeah,
no, there's no Haddy.
So Mac, William, how many are we?
There's no Phil. Hang on, I'm just gonna go up and count.
Yeah. Oh. So you can move. Ooh. 1, 2, 3, 4. Giles is counting for people who don't watch this on YouTube. Obviously, you have to be on YouTube. That's where all the cool people are.
Not doing it. 9,
So now 11, 12, Giles is pointing out how many people going to the Olympia.
13, 14.
Okay, so there's somebody.
There's 16.
Okay, so this is
because obviously there's no Hadi Shupan. He's not getting in. There is no... One second. Phil is no Phil Heath.
No Phil Heath.
There is no...
Josh Lartowicz.
Josh Lenartowicz. You know he's prepping.
Is he?
Yeah.
But
well,
is that...
I'm not going to say, because it's up to him to say about the issues he's been having.
Congratulations with a new family.
Yes, the baby boy.
Hit a baby boy.
Baby.
And
baby.
So we also have...
Justin Bieber.
And also congratulations to Matt Jansen, who also have a baby.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic. He's got a couple of them already.
Well, congratulations, you got another baby, though.
Yeah, well done. Everything works.
Yeah.
Yes. So what were we talking about? No, sorry, Josh Nartowicz. Yeah, he's back on a prep. Now, I don't know whether he's going to do it, but he is training and dieting.
Luke, now, I mean, Josh. He's so smart, though. Let's not go into it. We can't talk about it.
Well, maybe we can get Josh on the show, or just check out his Instagram and when he wants.
So William Bonac expecting to be in the top 5.
Hang on, when did Akim qualify? I don't remember Akim qualifying.
Damn, this is probably a fake list, or
this is.
Yeah,
I don't remember Akim qualifying.
I don't know.
He was 8th at the Arnold, and he just got on points.
Let's not snitch on them. Let's put him in. If he's there, he's there. So William Bonac.
Give him a special invite. Give him a
William Bonac.
Let's just pretend he's Gunter.
For people at home, for people who don't, Gunter Schlierkamp never qualified other than the year he beat Ronnie.
Yeah.
He missed the legend of legends, Mr. Joe Weider, just gave him what's it called? Qualification.
Yep.
Because he was the people champion.
94.
As he should have been.
It was 1994 they invited him. It was 90. He invited him a few times.
And do you agree with that decision?
What?
To give a Gunter a special invite for being the man in the streets.
It was Joe's boy, though, wasn't it?
I'm asking, do you agree?
Well, I can't. I think you should have to qualify like everybody else.
You don't agree?
Well, I think when he was getting 15th and 16th, no one was bothered. But then when he did what he did in 2002, when he got... I was at that Olympia. He looked incredible.
So do you agree or not agree?
No.
You don't agree?
No, I don't. No, I think you should have to
Okay, so
qualify.
why don't you agree?
Well, to prep and now you have to get points or whatever, or to qualify, you have to do a full 3-month prep and then another prep for the Olympia. You can't just swan into the Olympia. It's like someone giving, like Kai Green, a qualification, especially like 6 weeks out for the Olympia because they know it'll sell tickets. It's like, you can understand why they would do it to sell tickets, but also, is that really fair to the guys that have qualified? And then, especially if he does really well, he like wins the Olympia. Then again, if someone like Kai Green came in and won the Olympia, which he's not going to do, by the way, compete, would that then upset people? Oh, I don't know.
You're overanalyzing now, bro.
I am overanalyzing.
So obviously, I agree. The people, okay, our Spice Girls, the best vocalists in the world.
No.
Who sold the most records? Spice Girls. Meaning, when Gunter...
What?
When Gunter came on stage, who got the most applause?
Gunter.
There you go.
I was there. I broke my ring.
So there you go. That's why, of course, welcome.
Gunter broke my ring.
If the people want you to come, this ain't no democracy, bro. This is the Olympia.
All right, Chris.
So
You're
William,
pulling very disapproving faces there.
No, it was an upside down smile.
William Bonac.
AJ, can I interrupt?
Yeah.
I think I'm having a vision.
Oh, okay.
Okay, now, could you see what I'm seeing now in my mind's eye?
I can see you calling in the air tonight.
Shawn Rhoden 91.
Oh, okay.
91 Olympia.
Yeah. Yeah.
Could you see, like 2002 with Gunter? Could you imagine if they gave a special invite to someone this year and he came in and absolutely stole the show?
You talk about Big Ramy.
Am I? Okay, yeah. Why not?
There you go.
So if they gave a special invite and he came in and won it?
Be awesome. Be awesome. Make some. No, because I'm on the Curry bandwagon.
Yeah, we're on Curry. Yeah. We're on the Curry train.
I stop it. No. But he deserves it just for being the man.
Who?
Big Ramy.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah. I mean, I'm
That'd
not
be awesome.
Not the biggest Ramy Physique fan. I like him.
Maybe Kai Green is prepping in the dark and.
Can you imagine if they brought like a last group out on stage? Like, okay,
Phil, Kai, and Ramy.
Competitors 17 to 20. Like everyone's like, they're not on the list. Then out walks Kai. Out walks Phil.
Or Chul Soon.
Who? Oh, that big. What?
Beautiful Korean man.
Stop it now.
Okay.
You're getting surreal now. And then out walks Ramy. Who else is there? Branch Warren comes back. Dennis Wolf stays under wraps. He's under wraps now in Germany. Hiding in Germany, driving down the Autobahn 200 miles an hour.
Oh.
Training
with a wolf in his car.
Could you have a surprise entry at the Olympia?
Yeah,
You really
everything
unannounced.
Anything can.
No.
Yes,
No,
of course.
you can't. Oh, come on.
If you can ban Shawn Rhoden without no evidence,
Oh, and then I'll walk Shawn Rhoden. Oh. So Shawn Rhoden, Kai. Actually, I feel like I'm taking the shine off the people that have qualified, that are in. I think I'm.
We don't want to make fun of the Shawn Rhoden situation, but how awesome would it be if Shawn Rhoden just came out, the last day?
Like a Royal Rumble event, wouldn't it?
Took up his shirt, showed the abs, showed the quads.
I would dearly love... Like, just say, like, before this episode goes out, we hear that they said, okay, then, we've decided to let him compete. And he's like, well, I'm ready to go.
Well, Brandon Curry will still lay the smack down. Don't matter if
Brandon versus Shawn Rhoden?
Curry all the way.
Brandon versus Shawn Rhoden?
Lights out Brandon Curry. Every pulse.
Really?
No, of course not. But he will win. I'll put my money on Curry. He's improved now. We've seen the pictures. How often do you talk to Abdullah now? A lot.
Yeah.
And he shows us pictures how often? A lot. We've seen all the progress pictures. We've seen the legs come up.
I'm seeing more. I spoke to Brandon Curry's wife, and she was teasing a little bit. She said...
That sounds weird, but okay.
She said, well, listen. She said, Brandon's doing something that the 90s guys used to do. It's out on top of his work output. She's been very cryptic. I think she was just trying to hype it a little bit. I don't know, but maybe. But she looked me straight in the eye on Skype and she said, he's doing something and it's made, like the condition he's in now is what he was like 1 week out. So it's working. And then did you see the SciTech thing in Hungary he was in last week?
This week in Budapest.
And I've never seen the detail that he's had in his shoulders, his arms. Never seen that before.
Great having that these and
his legs are up.
Steve Kuklo and Phil Heath and Curry, that they got this great support at home. Strong, really strong women.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Makes a difference.
It sure does. You okay over there? Chris? Let's go to the list. Okay. William. No. Don't do anything. William Bonac.
Who could be?
So Bonac, top 5, guaranteed. Max Charles, qualified. Max Charles. This is the first time ever he's qualified a year before for Olympia. He qualified last Romania. Mm-hmm. He told me he has a lot of improvements in the legs. He said he has more detail. And he said he's coming in best shape ever. Max Charles.
He's good. He's very good. I saw him at the... Yeah, he's very good.
Yeah.
Very good.
Hardy Chupak's not competing. Brandon Curry, we talked about.
AJ, who is your 2 that could shock?
We got... Because it's...
I've got 2 names.
What do you mean shock?
We can pretty much predict to some degree of accuracy where all these guys are placed, unless they like Rowley comes in like he did at the Arnold and gets 5th or 6th.
I just don't see any. Okay, John De La Rosa, he's been on a steady incline, but I don't see him shocking anybody.
He could be 6th to 8th.
I agree, but that's not a shocking result.
I'm not saying he's not one of my two. So there.
It's got to be a Michael Lockett or God is with him for some strange reason, and Clarence Davies does something epic.
Well, I've got Patrick Moore and Luke Sando.
What's that? But is this that? Okay, Patrick Moore will be shocking, but Luke Sando's top 3 Arnold Classic, so it's not a shock.
I could see Patrick Moore definitely in the top 10, around 8th to 10th.
Legs come up then, or what?
Yeah, 8th to 10th.
Posey with Lee Labrada.
I've got a feeling Michael Lockett's gonna really move up. I just wish we had guys like Valier in the Olympia. Who would you like to see in the Olympia that's not on that list?
Chul Soon. And then I would like...
Is he even pro?
Muscle Mania world champion, bro.
Muscle Mania? Come on. Sorry.
And he's natural, too.
Oh, I tell you, I'm going to start comparing. I'm going to start comparing and hosting.
Oh, don't talk about that here, because it's not IBB Pro.
Doesn't
league,
matter.
So we can't.
Doesn't matter.
Okay. Tell,
Miami Pro.
Should we do the list and you talk about that, or...?
No, I want to talk about me.
Okay.
No, come on. Come on, AJ.
It's all about me. Chris, you know what he said in the car on the way here? Hey, AJ, during the Irene Anderson, I really enjoyed the interview, but you were talking too much. I said, what do you mean?
No, I didn't say that at all.
And I said, what?
You cut me off twice.
Okay. I said, you talked 50% of the interview. It was way too much. He was surprised. Anyway, okay, so who do you think is gonna, as we said?
Oh, Kuklo as well.
Yeah, but that's not surprises. So
What?
you're surprised to come up.
Yeah, Kuklo's going to come up.
Yeah, that's not a surprise. That's
Why is that not a surprise?
everybody knows Steve
Yeah,
Kuklo's
but how
the man
many
of
years,
the people.
AJ? How many years have we expected Steve Kuklo to smash the top 6, and then he's been like 10th, 8th, 12th?
I've
13th.
never been on the Kuklo on train until last episode.
Till last episode. Yeah. Till he looked into his eyes.
Okay, so give me a quick top 10. Just quick off this. We're going to go through every list now.
Top 10.
How long are we going for, Chris? We got 5 minutes. Let's go quick then.
Okay, Bonac, Brandon, Nathan. I want to see what
I like Nathan.
I want Nathan to move up because he's been 12th, 7th, 8th. I want to see him.
So you got Nathan beating Luke just to make sure.
Yeah.
Oh. And then
He peaks better at the Olympia.
Yes.
I mean, I can't.
You're not saying because you're afraid Nathan's gonna come and fuck you up like last time he threatened you. Remember when you had.
Okay. Was I right about what I was saying?
Okay, so we have just Bonac, Curry, Nathan,
De La Rosa.
In your top 5.
You said top 10.
We don't have time for that right now, do we?
Come on. I'm not psychic.
Okay, quick. Top 10.
Oh,
Curry, Bonac.
AJ, we're a bit chaotic.
Bonac,
Brandon, Nathan, Jonathan, Dexter, Kuklo,
Luke.
Oh, hang on a minute.
That's 7.
Patrick Moore.
Rolly Winkler.
Juan Morel, probably.
Rolly Winkler.
Oh, of course, Rowley. Yeah.
And then you got one more, so it's hard.
Unless he gets...
Next list, just we go quick.
Yeah.
That's the 212.
Oh.
What do you say? Okay, Noel Adame. I'm not sure who that is.
Haddy's on both lists.
Let's go quick. Who's Noel?
Because he's qualified for both lists. That's so tight. Oh, bless him.
Noel Adame. Can you speak Persian?
What?
Can you speak Persian? I can't fluently, bro.
No, shut up. Come on, then.
No, because they get very pissed if you say it wrong, you know. So you got to make it correct.
Stop lying. Oh, you're a bigger bullshitter than me, mate.
No. I know many Persians, bro. Amir, you know, from Norway, the judge. Amir.
Nope.
The IBB Pro judge. You don't know. Nope. Okay, Noel Adame. Who's that? I'm no idea who it is.
You mix with the higher ups, not me.
Who's Noel Adame?
I don't know. Oh, he's good. Really good. A freaky guy.
Okay.
Yeah, really good.
Muhammad Al-Dura.
He's fantastic.
He's great.
Yeah.
Sami Al-Haddad, your good friend that you drove around in Bahrain.
That's correct.
That reaction wasn't really... you weren't really feeling it.
Ahmed Ashkanani.
Ahmad Ashkanani. Oh, the legend. Well, it's not legend yet, but...
Yeah, I want to see him move back up because he got 5th last year.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been second 2 years in a row, now 5th.
He
ain't gonna be doing the same mistake again.
New York Pro beat Eduardo, very controversial. Very controversial.
Yeah,
but a much better shape than Eduardo, though.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Much more complete.
It was. I mean, it wasn't as
no
controversial.
torn body parts.
I didn't see it as controversial as you guys saw it. I I didn't have a big problem with it. Didn't have a big problem with it, AJ.
No, me either. Well, I don't know. Ahmad has got much more beautiful physique,
I tell you who is moving up is Shawn Rhoden. He was 7th last year. Because we found out his placing when I was outside talking to him after the Olympia.
Okay.
And I'm sure he said 8th, but then I looked on the list, I think he got 7th. So I think he will be top 5.
Jose Raymond, obviously not competing this year.
Why would he be on the list?
I have no idea.
Silly, isn't it?
Heath Yamakishi back in the building.
Yeah, I think Kamal, David Henry, and Lunsford are the top 3.
Who's this guy called James Lewis from the UK? Is he?
Flex.
Is this an old list, bro? Is this current list? So they put... Wow. They just...
No, it says qualified to compete in the 2019 Olympia.
So he's qualified, but... Okay, so we got Lloyd Dollar. Great talent there.
Yeah.
Kamal Garni.
Peter Tard is still going. Wow. Yeah. Still doing strong.
So quick top 3.
There's no one on that list there that really could...
Quick top 3.
I'll be honest, that's not a very exciting lineup.
Because we got a lot of guests coming. So quick top 3.
I told you. Dave Henry, Kamal, and Mr. Lunsford. I think Mr. Lunsford's going to be...
No Sean Corrida.
I think he'll be 4th or 5th.
Okay. Next list, just quick.
Ahmed Ashkanani. Oh shit, Ahmed Ashkanani in the top 3. Ahmed Ashkanani and Sean Cloud are rounding out the top 5.
I have Dirk Lunsford, Ahmed Ashkanani, and Kamal Garni.
Yes.
Okay, so this is the classic physique list.
No argument with that.
Ubiad, Ahmad Ubiad.
Henri Pierre Mo. I know. HP.
Can we get a little bit bigger, or it's not? No, okay. Breon Ansley, probably favorite going in. Can we zoom in?
Yeah.
Yeah, there.
Okay,
That was okay. Now we went to figure. Okay, men. Oh, that's your favorite list. Men. Okay, Giles, give me your top 3. Let's just see. No, stop. Just be serious. Give me your top 3 men's physique Olympia. Let's just see how good we are. We're gonna check this in a month to see if we're correct. I got Ryan Terry. I got Brandon Hendrickson. You're not gonna put him out of the top 3.
I know those guys. Yeah.
And then we're gonna have my main man, Jeremy. Oh no, Jeremy's not qualified. He's not doing it.
He's not doing it. No.
I just used to say my main man, Jeremy Bondia, but okay. So Ryan Terry,
Jeremy's been in the news a lot lately, hasn't he?
Brian Hendrickson, and I got come on, I got where's my guy Kaiki, and I got Carlos de Oliveira.
Oh, Carla, yeah, is that Keiki?
That's Kaiki.
Yeah, Keiki.
Of course, in the top 3.
Well, him and Jose Ray, but us and Jose Ray have been hyping him, so and he is very good. Seems a nice kid as well.
Next list. Figure. Oh, we got.
Come on.
Jessica Padilla-Reyes for the win.
Sydney Gillen. Latoya Watts is back. That's fantastic. Nadia Watt is very good.
Watts is qualified. Doesn't mean she's back. You know, this list is a little bit... it's not exactly bulletproof, this list, huh?
Sydney Gillen's the one to beat. It's Sydney. I think it's Sydney versus Jessica. Candice isn't doing it because she's
Ivana Ivusic is fantastic.
I like her physique. Beautiful as well. Really lovely physique. Nadia Watts.
Watt's really good.
She was 2nd at the Arnold Classic.
Boyana is excellent.
Latoya Watts is an Olympia champion as well.
Yeah, but she's qualified forever. That's
I see. They put her name on the list, right? Okay, fair enough.
I don't know. Yeah, probably.
Bruna Miyagi. I remember. Yeah, she won her pro card in physique, and she switched to figure. She just won, I think, Portugal. She won Portugal or one of the European shows. Yeah, she's very good.
So who do you have? Quick top 3.
Sydney Gillen, 100%. She's my favourite. Jessica
Padilla-Reyes.
Jessica's also my favourite.
And third one we put in...
Latoya. Oh, no, Latoya. Probably Nadia Watt or Ivana.
I'll go for Ivana.
Yeah,
next one.
Fantastic.
Next one.
I think we really need to wrap it up very quickly.
We got to go through quick. It's okay. They can... Fitness. We got Jennifer Worth, legend.
Fantastic, yeah.
We have Ryle Graber. This is great. How do you say it? Graber?
Yeah.
We got our girl.
Bethany Wagner.
We got our girl. Let's see who's our girl.
Minna Pajulahti from Finland. Whitney Jones.
Missy Farrell.
Oh, Missy Farrell. No, sorry. I thought, yeah, she's good.
So who are you liking for the win here? It's hard, though. It's fitness. It's so hard.
Yeah.
Sometimes they judge the physique. Sometimes it's the routine.
Jennifer Worth.
I got Missy Farrell. Just because she was on the show.
Oh, I'd love to see Missy win it.
Yeah.
She's lovely.
Yeah. Next list.
Very good Skype connection.
I can agree we're not the best on fitness, are we?
No.
Bikini. We got.
Oh wow.
That's a
We're
good.
getting more into the bikini.
Be honest. We are.
No, truthfully.
Swear to God. Well, you don't. Do you,
Well, no.
do you believe in God, by the way? Okay.
We Jennifer Dorie,
Jennifer Dorie,
Maureen Blanquisco,
Maureen Blanquisco,
Lorelie Chapados, Ashley. Oh God,
Coltwasser.
that is a really good lineup.
Maria Pellegrino was on the show.
Mariella Pellegrino.
Elisa is great. Piscini from Brazil.
Heir to the fizzy water.
The former champion, the current champion, Angelica Teixeira.
She's very good.
So who's your top
Yeah,
three?
but the thing is with bikini, they tend to, just by design or whatever, they tend to rotate you never get like more than
2 years.
I don't think people want to see them because plus, as I said, no, there's a high turnover of ladies. A lot of girls coming in and they're very good and they do seem to change their preference for the look. Like I really want to see them coming a little bit fuller this year. I want to see, like some of these girls, I've spoke to them.
Nice and full.
Some of these girls don't even train certain body parts like their arms. Now, I don't like that. I think they should train everything, and I think everything should be...
Top three, because we got guests waiting.
I really like Maureen Blanquisco.
So Maureen...
Four pro show wins in a row.
So who do you have? Maureen?
Jennifer, Lorelie, and if Teixeira's in there... so you've got Leog, Jennifer Leog, and you've also got...
Not the good top three, but
Coltwasser.
a lot of people. So I have... Maureen.
I've got 5 in my top 3.
Maureen Blancao. I got
Blanquisco.
Angelica Teixeira. Even though she's not my favorite look, she's not going to be out of the top 3.
Okay.
There's so many good girls. Kat Coltwasser. Was she got?
It's Karina from the UK. Skowaronska. She's good. She'll have it'll be tough this one though.
So who are we going for people at home? Who are we going for the win?
Jennifer, Lorelie, and...
So Giles' prediction bikini is who's the winner?
Lorelie.
Chapados.
Yeah, because we like her. She's cool.
I'm going for...
And she's hungry.
Laurie Chapados team.
She's hungry.
She wants that tour.
Yes. Yeah, she's cool.
Okay, we got guests coming up.
Yeah, we've got guests coming up, so we're really going to have to wrap this one up. Hope you've enjoyed our intro. We'll be right back after the break. Big thank you to our sponsors, High Tech. And we'll be right back after the break. And we are out.
Muscle Development, Pop Media. Yeah, buddy. Wait.
And welcome back to MD Global Muscle Radio here at the Pump Meter Studios, joined by my co-host, AJ, all the way from Norway. And we're joined with our first guest of the day for episode 32, Jennifer Dorie. Yay! Yay! Big round of applause, Jennifer. Keep it going, go on. First one of the day.
Such a warm welcome.
No,
Yes.
We're happy that you came. We're trying to follow the bikini class. We focus more on the bikini class lately, and you're one of the girls the people in the streets are talking about.
Yep.
So that's why we wanted to have you on. So we're really happy that you joined our show.
Well, I'm glad to be on the show.
Yes.
Yes. So tell us more about yourself, Jennifer.
Yeah.
Well, so I'm from Canada. A lot of people are confused if I live like Vegas, Canada. I'm originally from Toronto, Canada. And I do live part-time in Vegas there with Mark. And so I started competing in 2015 when I was 18. And then I got my pro card 2017. And then last year was my rookie year as a pro. This is my second year as a pro, so I'm 22 now. Yeah. So I've been competing for about 5 years now.
5 years. Wow.
So how did it go in your rookie year first?
Surprised me very well. I mean, I wasn't expecting anything my rookie year. I was like, I'm just going to test the waters, I'll just see how I do. And I had a few shows that I had the contracts actually that I had gotten prior to choosing my shows. And I had chosen I was going to do Toronto because it's my hometown.
Yeah.
I was going to do Vancouver. It was 5 weeks later and it was in Canada as well. Then I was like, maybe I'll test out one in the States. I was going to do either the show in Vegas or the show in Tampa and then just vacation there afterwards. But I definitely was not expecting like to place or to go to Olympia or anything. And then Toronto, I placed 3rd for my debut. And then Vancouver, I was second there with Ashley Coltwasser. She won that show.
Oh, yeah,
Was that a comeback show, wasn't it? That was a comeback show.
I think
Yes,
it
it
was
was.
the second show that she had came back, yeah.
Right, okay.
okay.
So we're saying
So that was cool. They compared us top 2, which was fun. And then after that, I did Battle in the Desert in Vegas, where I placed 4th.
Yeah.
And then Tampa, I placed 2nd next to Lorelie. And then that qualified me for Olympia. So.
Tell us about the Olympia.
And then, 10th at Olympia last year.
Fantastic.
So I definitely was not expecting to go. So I was kind of like, wait, I'm going to Olympia.
Yeah. So
it was awesome, yeah.
So what about this year? What have you done this year?
So this year I started my prep a little bit earlier. I mean, I didn't really have a lot of time off just because after the Olympia last year, I was doing some shoots and stuff, and then I had maybe 2 months off, and then I jumped into prep. I did the Chiru Classic in Colombia, and I placed 4th there. And then 2 weeks later, I did the Arnold Classic, where I placed 4th there as well. And then a few weeks after that, I did, I think it was Pittsburgh next. I placed 3rd at Pittsburgh. Then I was on like my little hiatus. It was like 2 weeks after that, after Pittsburgh, it was right to New York, and I placed 2nd in New York. And then 2 weeks after that was Toronto. I placed 2nd in Toronto.
Fantastic. So you were saying before we started recording, you go back and forth from Las Vegas because of Mark Anthony and back to Toronto. How do you manage that? How does that work?
I mean, I feel like it's pretty easy for me just because I've gotten used to the travel with prep. So like even all throughout my preps, pretty much I've been flying back and forth. It's just a little bit easier to prep, and Mark trains me in person when I'm there, so things are a little bit more diligently done. Versus here, I'm on my own to train, and it's harder to get content when you're by yourself. So I prefer to be there, obviously, and the winter months here are definitely not as fun as Vegas.
Yeah.
It's very cold.
It's freezing in Canada.
So you're a young girl, you're 22. Did you follow bodybuilding growing up, or did you follow mostly bikini, or was it bodybuilding? What did you follow growing up?
I followed both. So when I started working out when I was 16 in the gym, and then I was really interested. Like I would just watch the shows, and a friend of mine came up to me and was like, "You have really good genetics. You should do a show." And I was like, "Well, I always watch them online. Like I used to watch like live stream the Olympia and the Arnolds from my house all the time, like watching on my TV or watching on my computer." So I had followed like bodybuilding and bikini, especially like a lot of the bikini girls. It's really cool, like Stephanie Maho and like India Polino, Ashley. I had watched them for years, and then I got to compete with them and got to know them and be like friends with them. So I think that was cool for me. It was kind of like, wow, like I followed you since like, I don't even know how long ago, like 5-10 years ago. And now I get to actually have a conversation with you. It was cool.
When you say good genetics for bikini, what would you say constitutes good genetics for bikini?
Yeah, that's a good question.
So for bikini, like mainly they're looking for like, usually a petite frame, so they want to see a small waist, nice shoulders, nice glutes. Obviously, that's like your 3 main things for bikini, I would say. So like delts, glutes, and a small waist, and the ratio of weights to glutes.
I was talking to another bikini pro, and there was actually certain body parts she didn't train, which I found unusual because I thought when bikini came along, when you had like Natalia Mello, Amanda Latona, every body part you could see was clearly trained. What do you do? Do you train everything, or do you just specifically hit certain body parts more often?
I wish I could.
Glutes?
So I really have to modify my training because I put on muscle pretty fast if I'm training with high frequency. So before I was told when I was in the amateur stream that I couldn't train any more back or arms because my back was getting too wide.
Okay.
And at the time that I had won my pro card, we had to do like it was a different pose. You had to have like one arm on your hip, so you were kind of flaring your lats.
Right.
So they had told me if I get any wider, I'd have to go to figure. So I wasn't able to train any back really, or I had 1 or 2 exercises a week only. And then same with arms. I couldn't train arms, and no quads for me. When I get closer to a show, no hamstrings either. So it's pretty much just glutes, delts.
So
and cardio.
Is that frustrating though, not being able to train certain body parts? Because a lot of bikini girls sometimes they've come from athletic backgrounds, and they've just been weight trainers, but and they've had to train every single body part. Is that frustrating?
Definitely. I mean, sometimes it's kind of like I just want to train the way I want to train, but at the same time, it's like when you're in prep, you have to train specifically for your sport. So it's like you can train hard, but you have to train hard for your category. Versus like a bodybuilder, obviously they're going to train in a different way. So I have to really focus on like, even though I might want to train heavy or train hard, I have to look what's best for my physique, for my category, which usually isn't heavy compound lifts.
So you're only 22. Do you think you will keep on adding some muscle over the years and go to another class, or will there be some modeling work, or what you going to do because bikini is not a long 5-6 years? It's max
5 years.
What do you think you think you're going to do?
I don't really think I want to move up in a class. I like the bikini category. I think it suits me well. So I'll just keep going. Like I can still put on a little bit more muscle for the class, I think. and just muscle maturity with age, obviously. So I'll probably continue on with that. And then I am in school I'm finishing up my degree in kinesiology. So
Oh, wow.
That's tough doing school and prep too. But
So where do you study back in Canada?
yeah, so last year I had done my courses online just because I was traveling so much.
Right.
But prior to that, I was in school full time when I was prepping, like when I had won my pro card
Oh, so you
and for my rookie year.
Right, okay.
A lot of people are excited about the wellness class.
I was just about to ask that.
A lot of people, we love some wellness.
It's great for the bikini girls with the big legs.
Yeah.
though, that
So,
have to, you know.
what's your take and the other bikini girls' take on it? Are you guys threatened, or are you excited, or what's your?
I think it's good. I mean, I think there's a lot of confusion necessarily on what the category is looking for, because a lot of girls who have like thunder thighs or big legs naturally, that not necessarily muscular legs, but just they carry fat in their legs. They think that they can just go to wellness and be like, oh, I can just not have to diet down or do as much cardio, but that's not the case. You look at the wellness girls in South America, and their legs are like pure muscle. They're just stacked.
Yeah.
Like their glutes and legs are just crazy leg development. So I think it's important to look at the category and be like, just because I have a hard time leaning down my legs, is this category for me, or do I actually have the muscle for it? I don't know. I think it's a cool category. I like the look. Personally, for me, I don't think I could get that big because I don't have huge legs. So I would stick to bikini, but I think the look is good. I love it.
So what's the goal for this year then?
For this Olympia?
Mark is going to get mad at me if I say top 5, but my goal is top 5.
That's it?
Mark obviously wants me to go in there to win. So
Yes.
the goal is obviously, you always want to go into a show saying first place is your goal. So
Well, we just did predictions.
Yeah.
No. We literally before we filmed this, recorded this interview, we've just done an intro and we did all our Olympia kind of predictions and we had to call out our top 5. So I'm going to be very annoyed if you don't make top 5 because you're going to make me look really bad because we put you in there. So it's a big lineup. So.
We're following a little bit closer this year, and we got to say this year, will you say the level is the highest it's ever been? Because there's some.
Oh, definitely. I mean,
Maureen, we like Maureen.
It was crazy. Right. Yeah. Last year I thought it was crazy, and this year is just like the amount of athletes we have from all over the world competing. Is like we have people from literally every country, and it's just the talent pool just keeps getting better and better.
Do you keep a close eye? Because I mean, I know some female competitors, especially bikini girls, some of them literally don't pay any attention to any of the girls. They just concentrate on themselves. And then you get the other ones who follow absolutely everything, almost as like fans. So, so having that said, who would be your top 5 at the Olympia this year? Who do you think is going to be the top 5?
Well, I mean, I'm going to have to root for my hometown girl, Laura Lee. I'm good friends with her, so I'm obviously rooting for her. Laura Lee for sure.
She's awesome.
Isa looks amazing. Her shape is just incredible.
Sorry,
I would definitely say
Isa Peschini.
Isa, who's that?
Yeah, she looks amazing.
Brazilian
I mean,
girl.
she was right up there with at the Arnold. She was second, so she definitely is the shoe-in for that.
Okay.
Janet, obviously.
Layog.
Janet just has like an overall like a stage
forgot about
presence.
her.
She's just so like.
I said her name.
We have a new list. We have
You guys gotta update, redo.
we gotta read it. We have you in our top 5.
Yeah.
We have Ashley Coltwasser. We have the champion Texera. We have Lori Chapados, and we have Maureen Blancao.
Blanquisco.
She looked amazing. I was just gonna say like she's like I think like a dark horse that no one really like sees coming in, but she looks incredible in her last few shows. She's done amazing.
To be honest, Maureen looks more like the bikini ladies did 5 years ago, because I think that they've I think she's actually got quite a little bit of muscle around the chest, the shoulders, and I think now that what I saw at the Olympia last year in the bikini, it seemed to be towards the thinner girls, less muscular. So I think Maureen, if they go for that look, I think she will do very well. But it depends on the criteria. Because do you feel like the criteria changes every year? Because from what I've seen, even the last few years, it seems to change like rapidly.
And do the judges tell you about this beforehand? Do you guys get the memo that what type of look they're looking for, or?
I mean, you can always reach out to the judges. Like Sandy is always open. Like you can email her and be like, hey, like like here's kind of like how things are looking. Like, what do you think? Or like after your show, obviously ask for feedback, which I usually do. But I wouldn't say that they necessarily say, hey, we're going to go for a more muscular look this year or anything like that, unless you reach out to them and ask. But again, it just depends. It's so subjective to who shows up and how people show up that day. So if everyone shows up and the majority of the girls who look the best are more muscular, then obviously the more muscular is going to be the popular boat that year. Versus if the girls are a little bit skinnier, but their conditioning looks a lot better, then they're going to be the popular boat.
Jennifer,
so it just really depends on like who looks the best that day and who shows up. What the majority is.
It's subjective to what the best is. So if you had the choice now, and you were allowed to prep exactly how you wanted to prep for the way you wanted to look, what kind of look would you want to bring? Just lost my reception there. Just coming back. Sorry, did you catch that, Jennifer? Did you catch that one? We can edit this. Hello?
Sorry, you cut out. What did
Sorry,
you say?
we cut out, So we'll edit that. We'll edit that out.
Yeah.
So Jennifer, if you could prep and train exactly the way you wanted to prep, what kind of look would you want to bring to the Olympia?
I definitely prefer a harder look. I mean, last year I was shredded. A harder look, yeah. Like I was. Oh wow. I'm pretty muscular anyway. So last year I was pretty shredded and muscular, but my feedback was, I'm too shredded. Every show they were like, Sandy especially was like, I don't want to see your hamstring line like that.
Okay.
I don't want to see like striations anywhere. You're too shredded. So my feedback last year Olympia was that I was just way too shredded. So this year was a little bit softer of a look that I wanted to be a little bit harder, and the judges agreed I could be a little bit tighter still. So for Olympia, I'm going to bring a little bit harder of a look just because I personally like that better. Yeah, because such a fine line between like shredded and hard. Yeah. And it's like once you cross that line, then it's like you're too shredded for bikini. It doesn't look as feminine.
Yeah. I mean, personally, I like the kind of the slightly more muscular look. Like I keep saying, Natalia Mello, the 2010, 2011, 2012 Natalia Mello look, the bit of delts. And I thought Texera has a very nice look because that's a little bit softer. That's not a shredded look, is it, Angelica Texera?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, I love even Ashley Kay, for instance. Like she's such an athletic physique that like you can tell you can tell she trains. You can tell she's athletic. She has shoulders. She has crazy glutes, hamstring development. I like that look with the muscle. Yeah, but
there's two looks with Ashley because there's the look from a few years ago when she was a little bit thicker and fuller, and then there's the look now where it's kind of everything's just kind of like a pair of glutes and. She's a lot. I hate the word thinner, but she is since she's come back, she's brought a smaller, lighter look.
But they haven't been rewarding her though at all.
Sure,
no, she's not.
Well, I prefer a fuller look. So that's what I wanted to know. Any final questions, AJ? Because I think we're losing connection here.
No, we just want to showcase you for the people because we think you're gonna do really well. We're looking forward. We're looking forward to see you at the Olympia stage.
Yep. We'll be there.
Yes.
And where can people contact you? Where can people get to know you better? I saw your YouTube video, your channel. It was a lot of old. We need some new film on that, Jennifer.
Mark was just getting on my case about that.
Yes.
Stuff. So I actually was just going to do a video today after our interview, and I'm going to do kind of recap my season so far and do like a road to Olympia. So I'm going to start doing like one video a week on my YouTube and just kind of leading up to my Olympia, like full day of eating. Here's what my training looks like. I know I love to watch people talking when I'm doing cardio. So I figure I guess some people like that too. So
what's your YouTube channel called?
My YouTube is Jennifer Dorie.
And your Instagram is?
Jennifer Dorie _IFBB Pro.
Okay. And would you like to give a shout out to any sponsors quickly?
Or coach or whoever?
Yeah, so definitely my coaches, Mark Anthony and Team Atlas, James from Montreal. So the two of them are they ground me because my mind is always all over the place in prep. So they're amazing, keeping me on track and pushing me always to be my best. So thank you guys.
Sponsors,
I actually am not with a supplement company right now.
Oh, so really? I thought you were. Sorry, I led you into that because I thought
she's a free agent. So this will help.
Yeah, things like this will help. Yeah, so get this girl signed because she is on the rise.
Guy.
Yeah. Wow. I mean,
Yeah. Good.
Yeah, I didn't resign with the company that I was working with for the past 2 years. So I decided I'm going to go into Olympia as a free agent, and then I'm going to look into my options after the Olympia.
Okay. Sorry, and for the sake of the viewers, there's a potential that we might be doing something with Mark and Jennifer next year in the UK, but top secret, don't tell anyone. Okay? Don't tell anyone, please.
Don't tell it.
Top secret.
There's going to be a lot of girls who want to meet you in the UK, Jennifer. You're very popular over here.
Oh, now you've just blown the news now. Come on, AJ. So that's something, we'll talk with yourself and Mark. We'll do a Skype session at home, and we'll talk more about that for 2020.
Yeah.
So,
Well, yeah.
Yep.
I'm very excited for that. That would be awesome.
Yeah, Jennifer, thank you so much. And we're, myself and AJ we'll see you at the obviously at the Olympia in Vegas. Maybe we can meet up or whatever, grab a coffee or whatever. Yeah, all the very best of luck. And I thank you for coming on.
Thanks for coming on.
Give you a bit of promo now, and because it's I'm starting to feel it now a bit more. The bikini. I was.
You're not a little bit, but he hated bikini.
But
you gotta get into the bikini. Girl.
But now,
yeah, we've had
Mariella Pellegrini was on.
Pellegrino, we've had Laura Lee, and I'm kind of like, you can't, and then you follow their Instagram and you start to follow them a bit more, and it's you're rooting for them.
One question: are there no? We all prefer dark-haired girls, but are there no blonde girls winning at all in bikini ever?
That's a good point.
I don't think I've seen.
No. I fixed the criteria. AJ, I fixed the criteria.
I like dark hair over blonde hair. So.
But are there any blonde girls who win shows in bikini at all?
No.
That I can think of.
No.
That's a very good point.
I'm just asking you as the champion. Are there?
I really hope that I'm not missing out someone like very important, because I feel really bad.
I can't think.
I don't think so. I mean, most of the girls in the top have dark hair. Like I know for Olympia and Arnold, for instance.
Yeah,
it was all dark
wow.
hair.
We agree with the judges on that one.
No,
then,
I'm totally behind that one. Behind that one.
Well,
okay.
Thanks for coming on.
All right, Jennifer. Well, see you in Vegas, and please say hi to Mark for us. And and I love that picture you sent me of your dog.
Keep sending you dog pictures. You can send me your dogs.
I was sending cat pictures and back in return. So,
You're a cat person.
Yeah, cat person. All right, and Jennifer, we'll see you in Las Vegas in just a few weeks.
Yes, sounds good. Take care, guys.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye, Jennifer. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Oh, she's cool.
Great hair.
Yeah, beautiful girl. Wonderful. Really lovely. Very 22.
Yeah, the bikini class is for the younger generation, It's from the 18 to 27, 28.
That's probably why there's a high turnover, and they're 5 years.
Yeah, 5 years.
Yeah, it's fantastic. But
biggest class in IBB.
Yeah, fantastic. No, I am starting to follow it a bit more. Like normally I would just scroll past, I've got to be honest.
Yeah, but it's important. They are there.
Yeah.
So that's why you got to showcase them.
Yeah.
Take some interest in it. See who's going to win. Have predictions. See how. Yeah, because we are IBB pro guys, aren't we?
I will keep banging the drum that I don't want them to see them so thin.
Thanks to Jennifer Dorie for coming on.
Yeah, fantastic. Big thank you to Jennifer Dorie there. So we'll be right back after the break.
With our next guest.
With our next guest on Global Muscle Radio.
Yeah, buddy.
And we're out. And welcome back to MD Global Muscle Radio here at the Pump Meter Studios, joined by my co-host AJ, all the way from Norway, and we're joined by men's physique star, UK-based Ryan Terry. Yeah!
What is it, Giles? You stopped.
I was waiting for him to say hello.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, hello.
Hello, yes.
I live in Norway, Ryan. I live in Norway right now, and I got to tell you, you are men's physique in Norway is that definitely the top class. That's where people follow the most. And you got a lot of, like, when you ask people in Norway who are, okay, Luke Sano they know, but Samson Dado and things like that, they don't have no idea.
Yeah.
But when you say Ryan Terry, everybody knows. So congratulations on that, man. No, but it's a big thing, you know.
It's big in Norway.
You should be proud of it. You made an impression on people, you know.
I'm doing something right then. Thank you.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to Norway?
No, we've been set to go to Oslo soon, which is near that way, isn't it?
That is Norway. Norway.
That's where I live, bro.
It's the top end of Norway, isn't it? Yeah. Sorry, that's.
Okay.
But we never made it there yet.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Now, how many men's physique have we had? We had Kaiki on, haven't we?
This is our second men's physique person.
Kaiki. Yeah.
Kaiki's our first one, yeah.
So, Ryan, let's talk about your career, because I remember when our friend Ken Roscoe. This was a few years ago when I really couldn't stand men's physique, and he was telling. Sorry, and he was telling me, and he says, Giles, I got this guy. He's like, it's this. What was that gym called where Dave Titterton trains? What's
Good Bodies.
Good Bodies. Yeah. I was. No, it was after I was filming Dave. But yeah, and he said, I got this guy in men's physique. I was like, oh, okay, you know. And I remember because you had such a fast rise. Why don't you tell us a bit about your career, please?
Yeah, so I've been bodybuilding, but I've been training since I was 14, so 16 years now. Mm-hmm. And I've always trained with super heavyweight bodybuilders like Dave Titterton and the likes of Stuart Garrington, Danny Welburn, people like that were all in the same team as me, Team Food Tech at the time. Mm-hmm. So I was always driven by the bodybuilding world, but I knew I never had like the size game or whatnot, you know, compared to the likes of them. But still, I always had that competitive edge. And I was trying to fit into classic. There wasn't classic physique, there was classic bodybuilding at the time. Yeah. So my goal was, when I was training, was towards growing muscle, getting that physique, that classic physique, ready to step on stage when I was big enough as a classic bodybuilder. It's when Men's Physique came out in 2013. That's when I basically went onto that scene.
Yeah. Was that in UKBFF?
Yeah. So I won my first ever show was the UK Nationals, which I won the UK Nationals. Right. I then went straight onto the Arnold Classic, which I won the Arnold Classic, my class, and the overall.
Wow, I remember that when I was at that one.
Then the British the British finals a week later. So I got my pro card within 6 months of competing. First pro from the UK in Men's Physique. And then in my first year in America, competing in the pro leagues, I won the Pittsburgh Pro and the Atlanta Seaboard Pro, which qualified me for the Olympia. And then I came fourth in my debut at the Olympia, my first outing. So it's been a bit of a roller coaster since then. I came second at the Olympia the year after, Arnold Classic Pro Division, 17, and came third last year. So yeah, we're up there, but we've still not quite got that first place yet. Yeah,
I mean, you came second to Jeremy Buendia. You won the Arnold Classic. What for you was the absolute? What would you say was your absolute best achievement? Was it winning the Arnold Classic, or was it coming second at the Olympia? I know, because I know one's a win and one isn't, but I just, it's the Olympia, man, you know? Yeah,
I've got to admit that there is something about the Olympia stage. I think the Arnold Classic stage in Ohio is phenomenal. I think the stage, the audience, the crowd, everything, how it's all set out, how it's run, I think it's amazing. So to win that was an awesome achievement. But that being said, there's nothing like the Olympia stage. Even though we're in an expo and there's no like real seating and it's not got that edge like the Arnold has, it is still the Olympia, and it's just out of this world. And stepping on that Olympia stage, there's no feeling like it. So I would definitely say my career highlight is coming second in the Olympia.
Yeah. Now I believe haven't you had like a hip problem this year? You've had a because tell us about that.
So August last year, 6 weeks out from the Olympia, I tore the labrum inside my hip. It was silly, really. It was. I went to Ireland with Conor McGregor's striking coach, just for a bit of filming, a bit of cardio, just something, thinking outside the box of my mundane, low-intensity, fasted cardio. And within 2 hours of MMA training, I tore the labrum inside my hip. So the last 6 weeks was hard. I couldn't train legs, which Men's Physique guys do train.
I've got a story about that.
Couldn't do on that 6 weeks. And then my abs as well. So it was hard. The last 6 weeks of that was very hard of the Olympia. But we came how I wanted to come in. We came third in the world, but then I had to address the problem. So in December, I had my first operation where they went to try and stitch the labrum, and they couldn't get in because of my pelvic bone and my leg bone. So they had to shave my leg bone and my pelvic to get into it. So it was very intrusive, very invasive, and I had 3 months on crutches, and just as I thought I was over the recovery stage, I had a bone spur grow again inside, so we had to have a second operation in February. So again, we had to go in and redo the operation. So it's been a rough one. We had 6 months out in total, 6 months on crutches. So it's been a difficult year, I must admit.
Were you still training your upper body?
I couldn't. No, I tried.
Really?
I tried to, but it was every time. Obviously, even when you seat it, everything comes from your hips. Everything stems from your hips. So it was just aggravating it and prolonging the recovery process. So I just had to give into it and rest up. which was hard mentally, very hard. Obviously, watching the likes of Brandon, Andre, Raymond, all these guys were just getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
That's something I struggle with. A lot of people know I struggle with the size game. So
Yeah.
to watch them get even bigger just felt it was very hard mentally for me to cope with.
Yeah, that's what I want to ask. Because when you competed at your first Olympia, we saw our good friend Mark Anthony, who was here. He doesn't weigh that. He wasn't that big. Now we've seen evolution. The people are getting a lot bigger.
Yeah.
Although Tyler Mannion just said that we're gonna keep the guys back down again. I'm not sure if they will do that. How does that make you feel? What type of look do you think men's physique should be about?
I've got to admit, it's a question I get asked like on a daily basis by whichever promotion I go to all over the world. It's insane how many people ask that question. They're just basically saying that it's gone past men's physique now. It's the look is very, very hard, dry, and big. And the problem you've got is, where do you go from? Because it's quite a subjective class, isn't it? And
very subjective.
when people are getting bigger and bigger, that they're rewarding that size. The following year, people are trying to beat that by getting even bigger, even harder and stuff. So I do feel it's got out of hand slightly. I think some of the top class men's physique guys are too heavy for classic physique at the minute.
But
that's quite difficult.
Do you know what it is though? A couple of years ago, it was at the British finals, and I was pleased to see that I remember there was a bigger guy, and he was really he looked like a bodybuilder, fantastic physique, and he got placed I think 5th, and then a guy literally not even. I mean, it looked like his little brother. Do you know what I mean? Honestly, the guy had next to no muscle, and he got like 2nd. And I was thinking, that's how it should be, because it shouldn't. They should keep a rein on it. Otherwise, it just turns into a bodybuilding class.
Well, Tyler Mannion addressed it, so we will see if it happens.
Yeah,
it's difficult because, like you say, once you get to that level, and there's like a pyramid system, and everyone's trying to be at their best. Like I know there's joking about men's physique, how we train and stuff like that, but I train with a super heavyweight bodybuilder. We eat the same meal, 6 meals a day. I train twice a day. I hit every muscle part. I train stupidly as much as I can, so I push my body to its limit. So it's not, but again, you're supposed to be getting that attainable front cover, attainable to the masses. Whereas I feel, obviously, us at the top 5 now, I think we are surpassing that, and I think it's becoming a bit too much. And for Tyler Mannion to say that's quite promising, because I love classic bodybuilding and I love 212 and I love open class. It's just there needs to be a cut-off point. Whether they introduce maybe height to weight ratio like they do for classic,
that's
maybe
a good idea.
Or something.
Yeah.
Just it'd be nice to know there's a cap somewhere.
I remember seeing a classic guy, a men's physique guy at the Arnold Classic, and he probably would have been bigger than most of the super heavyweights at that Arnold Classic. And I just thought, I'm sure somebody said his body weight was like 110, 120 kilo or something. And I was like, I just don't like, it's like, just put some trunks on and walk on stage, mate, or beef your legs up a bit. I mean, it just doesn't make sense to me,
What doesn't make sense to me is that with Ryan Taylor, the way he acts, the way he, what can I say, the vibe you get from him.
I know what you're saying.
Is what... It's what like impresses girls and like people who just like to meet a nice man, a nice physique. The current situation, we don't want to. No, but we don't like them. We're not a negative channel, so we're not gonna mention names. But do you ever reach out to them and maybe give them some advice on? Because when I go to their Instagram handle, all I hear is like drug music or fighting or with whoever, and it's not so much classy. Mark Anthony, when he was here, he mentioned your name as a guy he would want to win this Olympia.
Yeah, he did.
Because he said he wants some people with class and mainstream good. It's not all about the good looks, but it's the way you carry yourself.
Exactly.
Do you reach out to these guys and give them some advice sometimes and give them a little bit of help or tip? Because it's very sad from looking, because these guys, bro, it's sometimes it has to change.
No, I completely agree. It's embarrassing for the sport, and I think it's starting to happen, filtering in a lot of the classes, not just men's physique. It has,
correct.
Highlighted in men's physique quite a lot in the last few months, definitely. But it's very difficult for another athlete to then, because you could look like you're condescending or you're interfering and stuff like that. But I've always just tried to represent myself as best and professional as I can, and just hope that that's what we all try and do. Because at the end of the day, we are technically role models in our field, aren't we? So we're supposed to be trying to show the younger ones coming through or whatever, or the amateurs coming through, or how to conduct yourself. And I do believe in order to do well in this industry, and obviously have good relationships with sponsors and things like that, I've been with USN now for 10 years.
Yes. Yeah.
10 years.
Yeah. Wow. And do you know what? When I first spoke to Ken, I mean, he was telling me about you years ago, and like, you've risen absolutely unbelievably to literally, you're one spot away from winning the Olympia. You've won the Arnold Classic, you've been second in the Olympia. But you know what? I've never seen any even slightest change in your personality. The way I watch you, I've seen you, I've interacted with you, and you've never changed.
Yeah, I think I've got a good team around me. I think if I ever decide to get too big-headed, I think I'll get slapped.
When you train a big super heavyweight, they'll just backhand you. So
exactly. The thing is, though, I've got to admit, it's, I get
chill out, pretty boy.
He's got the perfect Justin. You know when Justin Bieber was in Mistletoe? You remember that song?
I have no clue.
That's the perfect Ryan. Yeah, you know. That's my favorite hair when he had it. Mistletoe. You don't? No.
This is,
okay. This is
I'm not feeling this at all. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
But it's good to know, though. I'm glad. And like I say, it's just having a good team around me and keeping myself grounded.
But there's a lesson there. Is that a coincidence that someone like USN has kept you for 10 years? It's like I'm trying to send out a message here, guys. It's like AJ alludes to with some of the current guys, the way that they act and conduct themselves to get. I don't know whether they do it deliberately or they're doing it to get attention or whether it's just who they are. But I think I'd like to see this level of class and professionalism, when from the absolute best of the best. I don't like to see these guys, like some at the press conference. I mean, I was cringing last couple. I was cringing.
No, me as a competitor was cringing at that because that's representing that sport. So I must admit it does need to calm down, and we do need to try and professionalize it a bit more. Definitely.
The reason I'm asking this, I remember it was 2014 at the Arnold Classic, and I remember because I hope I'm okay saying this, but there was a company wanting you to move to America.
Yeah.
Yeah, they said. Why have you? I mean, obviously, you're still with the same company now, so that didn't happen. But why have you ever considered moving to America? Being in such a obviously with men's physique's big everywhere, but in America, surely are there more opportunities for someone like you, or does it not really matter?
Well, it's funny you should say that because I did move in 2017. I moved to America for a year, so I've got my visa, got my green card into America. I lived in Boca Raton for a year. And to be honest, there wasn't much difference because my work, I travel every week in a different country.
Okay.
Wherever my base was, I was never there for longer than a week. Okay. I was always... So we lived in America and I still had my properties in the UK.
Yeah.
And it was just, I was back and forth and I was traveling so much, it didn't really seem to make a difference. I still work a lot in America. And like I say, I just make the most of when I travel over. I combine it all in. But I just think now with the internet and the obviously social media, the world's become a lot smaller now. So I felt back in 2017, I was the Arnold Classic champion. I was second in the world. And I felt that could have been my missing piece in order to win the Olympia title, being in America and being more ready available. But it didn't really seem to have much of an effect, if anything.
But the thing is, available for what? Because you're saying you're traveling every week. Was that with USN or was that with a separate business?
With Gymshark, USN.
Okay. So it's literally just with sponsors.
Yeah, all different sponsors. Yeah, different obligations and stuff. So, as of after September, I've got Korea, I've got Russia, South Africa, and it just didn't make sense to be co-living in America and England at the time. So I've got property in Boca still where I can go over there and stay there for months at a time if I need to. So there's still the availability of living there. I'm just a bit more free here.
So when you're
married as well, Giles.
Sorry, mate. Second.
I said, especially now I'm married. Now I've got to.
He's married. Yeah. So when you say traveling, what do you do at these appearances? Is it just like is it gym appearances or filming or promotion and stuff?
Last week I did a gym opening, so a new gym. And we do a lot of seminars, a lot of one-to-one promotions. USN do bringing out new products. We go and obviously do meet and greets, a lot of meet and greets and things like that. And then photo shoots, because obviously in Retford, in England, is not the most glamorous place to do it. We have to travel.
So are you living near, because you were living that gym, Good Bodies, that's near Nottingham, isn't it?
Yeah, so I live less than a mile. I train there twice a day still. So I'm an old... And that's something
Good old
as
gym,
well.
that. Good gym.
Well, that's what made a difference to me as well. I've trained out the same gym for 15 years. I've trained with the same partners. I've cooked out the same kitchen. Everything's routine. And as you know, as a bodybuilder yourself, it's all about consistency. It's all about... So for me, when I went over to America, I didn't know anybody. I didn't have a gym to train out of. I was on my own. So it just felt right. When I placed 6th in 2017, that was when I was living in America. And I prepped myself. I did everything myself. It was quite stressful. We had, obviously, Hurricane Irma hit us within 5 weeks of living there. So it was a bit of a shitstorm, I must admit, around that time.
Yeah.
So coming home just felt right. It was weird. And I came home just before last year's prep. Okay. And it all just fell into place. Everything felt right.
So what was the catalyst, what was that day that went, right, I'm moving back to UK, I'm going back? What was it?
It was the struggles of trying to adapt in America regarding... I know it sounds silly, but the Florida heat. Like my body, when I was prepping for the Olympia, I was quite naive. I thought, I've prepped a million times. I know what I'm going to do. So I landed 12 weeks out from the Olympia. I didn't have a car, a gym, a house, nothing. And we just managed to sort all that in the first month. But then I was trying to train in that heat. I was losing a lot of, natural salts. I was trying to replace with electrolytes and trying to get more sodium in my diet. My body just wasn't reacting the way it should.
Different climate.
Yeah, so post-Olympia, I was trying to work it all out still, whilst travelling, whilst being in and out of the country. And it was just before the Olympia prep started, I thought, I can't chance risking the Olympia. The Olympia comes around once a year, I can't chance. I need to go back to what I know. Right. So what I did, I went back and got back in the body's gym.
Back to your roots. So
the cold rain.
You say Boca Raton, that's where Flex Lewis's gym, isn't it? Is that what you trained?
No, so I trained there a few times. With Flex, it was I like to train at random times of the day and stuff. When I would fit it around my work and my schedules and stuff. So I trained with Flex a few times there, but I trained at somewhere called Busybody, where Flex used to train. It was very close to where I lived, and it was just had everything I needed there. And there's quite a lot of pros there, so it was quite inspiring as well. So I just mixed it up. I forgot his name now. I can never pronounce his name. Now, Blessings Aweda.
I knew you were going to say that. Blessing Awedibu.
Yeah, so he trains there now. So that's why he's Busybody. Yeah, it's a good gym.
Yeah, because that area is kind of, you've got like Redcon and you've got all the... Well,
USN headquarters are there as well.
Right.
That's why I moved there, yeah. So set the American team up over there.
Oh, fantastic.
So this Olympia here, what are you going for? Because people are excited now. For this Olympia, what's going to happen?
I've got a point to prove, I must admit. So a lot of people are saying I probably should have had a year out, which at times I could have agreed with them, with my hip and trying to come back from having 6 months out. So I've got quite a lot of I need to prove to a lot of people there and to myself that it was the right decision to do. And just hearing the new Olympia qualification, I need that win now. I need that first place because I don't want to be competing all year next year. I'd like to have a year out and try and grow. So looking at the new rules, I need to win it this year.
Yeah, you have to. Of course, he can't be in the top 5.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Now, men's physique. Now you're very popular around the world. What's the next step? I'm not saying you're going to retire the next. That's up to you, but whenever. But what's the next step for Ryan Terry after men's physique is? Your career is. What's the next step for you?
So I own quite a few properties. So I used to be a plumber back in the day before this all became reality to me, being a professional athlete. I was into renovating houses and things like that. So I've got quite a few houses that I rent out. I've built one at the minute, which I'm 2 weeks from completing. I have other businesses. I've got clothing line and I've got other sponsorship obligations and things like that. I've started my YouTube channel, which seems to be flowing quite well now. So yeah, got other, which I can't really talk too much about, but I've got a good business at the minute, which is taking off. So
tell us a little bit, Ryan. Give us a hint.
Right, we won't tell anyone.
We won't tell anybody. Give us a hint. So what's going on?
No, I can't do that just yet. But no, it's all going well. It's all going well. Good. For me, competing is a hobby of mine. When it becomes like at a job or at a chore, then that's when I will hang my board shorts up. But for now, I'm enjoying it. And,
No, but what's very important for people who's not men's physique fans at home, is to hear the opportunities.
Yeah.
And he's 30 years old only. He's got businesses.
I got it. You're only 30.
I'm 30. Yeah.
Yeah. So he's got
so much.
Yeah, he's got businesses. He's got houses in America, houses in England. He's got how many sponsors do you have? 5, 6, 7, what?
Yeah, I've always tried to keep it minimal, so I'm not one of these blue tape.
No, please, guys, I don't want too many sponsors.
So this is...
I didn't mean it like that. I just meant it as though I didn't want to be like a brand whore where every 20 minutes...
Yeah.
So this is important for people who
50 tags.
to understand what you can get if you do men's physique right.
Right, okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, it's very important for people, this men's physique, some people, a lot. But you got to understand what you can get from it, you know? It's amazing.
So...
Can be, but like you say, it works both ways. So for my sponsors, I'll only go with sponsors who are in line with myself and where it can be long term. That's what I'd say to a few people who are looking to get into this: is try to look for partnerships or sponsorships that you can see longevity and that you're gonna stay in. I.e., USN 10 years and been with Gymshark 4 years, and just projects you can stay together for a long time rather than just swapping shit every 2 minutes.
Just one more question. Just one question before. Men's physique is the biggest class with bikini in the world right now. Where do you use? Because we've seen the growth. I remember when it started with Mark Anthony. It wasn't. It was a really small class. Not much to talk about. But now, where do you see it in 10 years? Men's physique.
To be honest, it is growing so much. Like I had my first show a couple of weeks ago, the Ryan Terry Classic, in the UK.
I saw.
And it was just, it was really good, and it was phenomenal to see young guys, 18, 19 years old, wanting to compete and their aspirations and where they're looking to see. And all these competitions coming up, I think it's just going to keep growing from strength to strength. I do think it'll keep growing as long as we get those lines in, between men's physique, classic,
bodybuilding, 12. Yeah.
That's all it is, just from feedback from listening to people. You look at my social media, most of the comments, it's always about that. Do you think it's gone too far, or where's it going to stop? When's it going to stop the size game? But yeah, no, I think it's going to keep growing from strength to strength.
So, I mean, you must get so many DMs and emails, whatever, from amateur men's physique guys who are looking up to you and seeing you as like a real kind of role model. What would you say the 3 most fundamental bits of advice you would give to an amateur men's physique competitor?
I'd say for one, don't jump in at like the first sponsorship, things like that. Try to build your own brand. I think it's very important that you build your personal brand alongside sponsors, alongside things.
Agreed.
Because then and then you can have other income streams as well, avenues. I think as well, it's being realistic as well. Go in and do your research, go and have a look at shows, and so don't just jump into a show every week and think it's going to pay off. Do your research, make a long-term plan, and then get your short-term goals to make that plan, i.e. going to look at local shows, seeing what's winning the class they're looking at doing. Physique to that winning physique. So when you turn up on competition day, you're not just a number, you're a competitor. And that's how I've always looked at it. I've always looked at trying to win a show rather than just turning up and making numbers. If I didn't believe I could win the Olympia, I wouldn't. I'd have a year out and I'd wait. I think I'd. So I would just say, don't rush the process and don't get ahead of yourself. Just train hard, eat well, and keep lean.
What's your Olympia top 4 predictions for the open class and for men's physique for this year?
So the open class?
Yes, of course. We want some freaks too, huh?
It's not all about board shorts.
What's your top 4 open class? Yeah.
William Bonac. I think Brandon Curry's got a very good chance. If his legs come up, his upper half is just out of this world.
Hang on a minute. Whoa. We want placings here, mate. No chickening out, please.
Oh, God, okay.
No, I think he's.
Is Phil Heath? Is Phil Heath doing it then?
No.
Is he doing it or not?
No, he's not doing it.
You had too many McDonald's on our tour.
Right, okay. So I would say Rolly Winkler's up there.
Come on.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. Come on.
Right, okay. I think
I know what he's conflicted with.
Rolly, because of his vacuum now, he can do the vacuum, which I think is phenomenal from where he's came from.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, William Bonac, Brandon Curry. I think Dexter. I don't know why. I think Dexter might have a good...
In fourth?
In the top 4. Yeah, just from his showing at the...
Tampa Pro.
Tampa Pro, I think, yeah, he's showing that he's still got it. And we need a feel-good story in that.
Joss is not feeling this at all. Look, Joss is not feeling it at all.
So, no, I'm more thinking about Rolly winning the Olympia.
It'd be nice. No, it'd just be nice to mix it up. Like, I'm a big Williams, my brother, so for me, I would love William to win it. I think he's got a class physique.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, I do. I just think he's so compact. I think he's flawless, really. With Rolly, his improvements, and with him being a very fan favourite, he's very well liked by the fans. I just think he could be up there. So I just think it'd be nice to have some nice stories being told at the minute. Whereas,
okay, there's a lot of. And your men's physique, that's what we want to learn more right now. So we have you. What's your top? If you don't compete this year, something happens. What's your top 4?
So you've got, obviously, Brandon Hendrickson. You've got Andre Ferguson. So I think they'll be battling out for the first and second if I didn't do it.
Yeah,
you've got Raymond Edmonds. And then Chiron. Chiron's got, I think he's got a beautiful...
Taiki?
No, Chiron, we're not sure. What is his name?
Yeah, he's a new. I don't know his second name. But he's a new competitor. He came 5th at his pro debut last Olympia.
Okay.
He's just got very nice lines, very good shape, well compact, and I just think he's came 5th, won his shows, he's qualified for this year, and I think he'll be a dark horse.
Who else is one to watch? Who else do you think could be someone that could really move up?
Yeah, somebody we should look at.
Yeah, we think Kaiki.
Yeah, we like it.
Yeah, I'm so biased.
Yeah. Yeah, there's so many now, though, but I think that's...
So what do you think of Kaiki, though? What do you think of him?
I'm trying to remember which one Kaiki is, though, to be honest.
The Brazilian guy.
He's called Carlos Oliveira, his real name is.
Right, I'll have to look at him.
Yeah, okay.
And I apologise. But Brazilians seem to be coming through, though. Like I say, Felipe Franco and Diego Montenegro, both of them, they are absolute... You're looking puzzled to the left. No. Top 10 Olympians in men's physique, but they both come out of Brazil and they have phenomenal shapes, like very symmetrical, very aesthetic. So, yeah, I'll be surprised if this cake is not as good as well.
Who was best, Jeremy Bondia or Sadiq? We ask all the men's physique legends this question. Who was best? Sadiq, how do you pronounce it?
Sadiq.
Sadiq or Jeremy? Who was best? Because I remember when I was following that a little bit more closely, those were the guys.
At the start.
Yeah. Who was the best, Jeremy or Sadiq? Who are you with?
To be honest, I think they're two completely different physiques.
That's why I ask you.
I think it's easy. I think it's easy.
Who is it? Now, who do you think? Who was it, Jeremy or Sadiq?
You're going to cause a right shitstorm here.
Come on, give us something.
I think it's a very, very easy one.
No, I don't think it's an easy one because I think both of them have good traits. I think both of them, if you split their physiques apart, some are better on others. Are you thinking Sadiq?
No. Buendia's loads better.
Yeah?
I think it's like night and day, honestly, night and day. I think he's amazing.
Mark Anthony had Sadiq as better because of his looks.
Well, I think Buendia, the way he's there's midsection and the abs and the chest. I think
he's got like a 28-inch waist, and he's very tapered and very like 3D and round. So if you his taper was unbeatable. That's why a lot of people used to say with Jeremy, he'll never stand straight onto the likes of myself or Andre Ferguson or Brandon and stuff because he was unbeatable from the side because his obliques,
unbelievable. It's the lines.
They were phenomenal. Yeah, I've got to admit, he was good. But he was the only guy I never beat, so it was nice last year.
I think it's no coincidence that
Did he give us an answer, by the way? Who was best? Did he say give us an answer, or did he just talk around the...
he's trying to get out of it. Sneaky. Come on.
No, we don't have... he doesn't want to say it. We can... he won't keep it a secret.
Well, I disagree.
Oh,
man. No, this Olympia is going to be good, Ryan. You're looking forward for it, aren't you?
I
am. I can't wait. I can't wait for it. Like I say, I want to... I'd really like to grace the open... the stage as well, because obviously men's physique, the finals are going to be on the main stage this year. So
wow.
That was
congratulations.
One of the main reasons for doing it, because I just for men's physique to get the recognition now, that'd be amazing for for the sport and for myself to be on that stage. It would really top 5 though.
Going back just slightly, I think Ryan and Jeremy have the best midsections in the sport. Think about it. You actually look at their midsection. There is no one with the midsection that him and Jeremy have
All
got.
classes, you mean, or?
Well, certainly in men's physique.
Yeah.
So well, actually, probably in the.
Yes,
Well, yeah. Well,
Ryan featuring Ronnie Coleman midsection contest.
You can't say that any of the open guys have better midsections. Otherwise, they're doing something wrong, really, aren't they?
Yeah.
So.
No, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah.
It's just that hopefully that'll be enough to get that first place this year.
Yeah. Keep doing your crunches.
Just one question. We have a guy in my gym who looks just. Do you know a guy called Martin Head is?
No.
Oh, okay. Forget about it. You know the Van Damme in the gym.
Who? Oh, that guy. Yeah. He does look a bit like
men's physique guy.
He's like a cross between Ryan Terry and Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yeah. No, well, we're looking forward to it. It's going to be really exciting, especially on a Saturday night. That's
we'll be there.
You guys have, when it comes to popularity, it means you definitely deserved it.
Yeah.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
Guaranteed.
And I think the sport really needs people like Ryan to. Are you feeling this? Are you feeling this?
Yeah, make sure you tell Tyler and Steve.
Yeah. I'll text them now. So Ryan, we just, like I said, want to get you on, mate, and I've been trying to get on for a while and everything. So I'm really pleased we managed to pin you down. And also, I was saying earlier on about the leg training. Ryan was doing a USN appearance, local, and I happened to train at the same gym.
Yeah.
And I think he was training hamstrings for about 45 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a lot of hamstring training for someone who doesn't get to show their hamstrings. And he does have good quads.
It'd be great to have Ryan Terry for Ryan Terry Global Muscle Tour in India, bro. Make some money down there. That would be great.
I've just seen pound signs there.
But you remember Dave, don't you? Dave was an absolute beast, and we had to train legs twice a week. Even on Christmas Eve, every Christmas Eve, we used to go absolute balls out for 2 hours. Christmas Eve. So that was always my staple of my training. So it is a shame that men's physique don't get to show it off. I'm a big fan of having smaller shorts or whatever, but it's just never going to happen.
I've seen your quads. They are really, really good. You've got good shaped quads. You got like really good quads.
Especially now when the guys are so much bigger. So there's no reason why you can't show it. If you're going to put on all that mass and compared to when they were beginning, obviously we can see some legs then.
Did you see Jeremy pull his shorts up in the pose down?
Yeah,
in Olympia last year, I was like, wow, he's got really good.
You become a Jeremy fan now. Good, Giles. It's about time.
Never said that. No, I am a big fan of his.
I got stick for that. So I got stick for not lifting my shorts up.
Yeah.
Stuff. But I didn't know we were allowed to do that. I was just in my zone, hitting my poses, and I didn't realise. So I've literally got my shorts today, and I've gone for a couple of sizes too small.
Oh,
nice.
What color are they?
Couple of sizes too small.
What color are they for the girls who want to know at home?
So I've always gone in blue. So from the very start, every competition I've ever done, USM blue, I've always done that. So it's just my thing.
Last questions about that. How do you pick your color? Is it your eyes? How do people choose your board shorts color? Is it how do you guys usually?
It's just personal preference. It's how they want to portray themselves. So for me, I've tried other shorts, but never on stage, and I've always just gone with, like I say, a royal blue because for me it brings out the colour in my eyes.
Yeah, that's what I.
We don't need to ask any more questions.
Yeah.
Ryan,
thanks for coming on.
Thank you so much, and we'll see you in Vegas in a few weeks.
Yeah, look forward to it. Thanks for having me, guys.
Thanks.
Thank you, Ryan.
Bye,
mate. Bye. There we go.
Great guy. How long you known him for?
Must be over 8, 9, 10 years. Yeah, because I remember doing I did a filming shoot with his training partner, Dave Titterton. It was a he won the Super Heavyweight British Finals. He did get his pro card. He got prepped by George Farah. He won the NABBA Universe several times. Big guy. I mean, he's a big guy.
Who's most famous, Flex Lewis or Ryan Terry?
That's a very good question.
Because Ryan Terry is more popular than Luke Sandow and Nathan Diasha. From England. They are.
Yeah, that's
If you ask people, they don't, you know what I mean? I personally, obviously, but so who's most popular, Flex Lewis or Ryan Terry? We're well known, you can say.
I would say Flex Lewis.
Okay.
But I think it's like, I follow the bodybuilding more than the men's physique.
Yeah, me too, so you're a little bit.
But I think if you went around the world, Maybe Ryan Taylor be recognised more, but then Flex is more. I don't know.
Great guy. Great to have him on.
Yeah, good. And I'm feeling this bikini and men's physique thing.
But you are more interested than you were last year. That's
I wasn't reluctant, but I certainly wasn't like clambering to get him on. No, I'm serious. No, I wasn't, because I'm an old school bodybuilding fan. That's my point.
Yeah.
So, but every time I've got them on, I've been like, oh, I'm really glad we did that, and it's good because you start following it more, and it's good. It's good. And Ryan, I just like Ryan though, because he's just such a cool guy. He's a really nice guy. And he's never changed, and there's no attitude from him, and he's exactly the same as he's been. And I'm so pleased for his success. And really good guy. And he trains legs hard. I've seen it. I mean, you have to train with guys like Dave Titterton at Good Bodies Gym.
Who's Dave Titterton again?
I just said he's the Mr. Universe. Oh, wow. He's a big guy. In fact, I've got a picture backstage where he was.
Our shout outs. Let's put him out so we can see him.
What?
Dave, give your shout out to him. I want to see him.
Okay, we'll do that. Yeah, we'll do that at the end. Okay, right. Well, we're going to go.
Thanks to Ryan Terry.
Big thank you to Ryan Terry, and we'll see you in Vegas, mate. So we'll be right back after the break with our next guest on What? Oh yeah, Global Muscle Radio. Bye bye. And welcome back to MD Global Muscle Radio here at the Pump Meter Studios, joined by my co-host AJ, all the way from Norway, and we're joined by the champ.
The champ! It's in the bindle. Minna Pajulahti!
Yay!
Hi.
This was your 5th show, wasn't it, this season? Or 4th? 5th or 4th?
Yes, it was.
And finally!
Yeah, finally.
Wow.
Minna, the Kai Green fitness champion.
Sorry?
The Kai Green fitness champion, correct?
Yes. It was a great show, and well, I have to say that I was still surprised because I started from Puerto Rico, did Chicago, Miami, and then I was planning to do Tampa as well to get the points to qualify to Olympia, but now this happened, so now I'm going to I couldn't be happier.
I mean, I think you're really a lesson in someone that was really determined to get to Vegas this year. I mean...
I have been training like 20 years already and competed almost the same time. But still this year, I think I was really determined.
Yeah.
I knew that this year is the year I'm going to be in Las Vegas competing. And I think, now I'm ready.
Yes. I mean, the reason we've had Minna on again for just a short while is because we had Minna on, what was it, 2 or 3 months ago?
I can't remember what episode, but like 2 months ago, yeah.
Yeah, and we've obviously, as Minna's said there, she's done several shows this year, and she finally won the Kai Green, and she's qualified in the fitness category for the Olympia. So,
what were your placings Can you go through your placings throughout the shows you did?
Yes, I was eighth place. Again, I think 7th or 8th. Then I was 4th. I actually changed my routine. So I was in the first call out in, many shows, but still I placed 4th in Physique round. But my routine wasn't something that they liked. So I changed that. And then I got 4th place. Then I leaned up a little bit, and then I got my 1st place. And also, of course, I practiced more the routine because I had only 4 weeks time to change the whole routine, the theme, music, and everything. So,
is Oksana Grishna still did your new routine, or?
Actually, this was my own idea, but Oksana helped me with that. I had this in my mind for a quite long time. It was Frozen, Elsa.
Okay.
I'm from Finland, so I think that the snow theme is good. And it worked. Oksana is still looking the routine. I'm actually seeing Oksana next week. I'm flying to LA to train with her. So we are training towards the Olympia. Yeah.
So have you been going back and forth from Finland to these shows, or have you been staying out in America? I'm just wondering, because I was following it obviously on Instagram of all the shows you've been doing, and I was thinking that's a lot of shows. Like, you're not from America, so it's not like you can do a show in Chicago, go home, go back and do another one 2 weeks later. Have you literally been away from home all this time?
No, I haven't. I have been flying
there and back. So, for example, Chicago, I was working till Wednesday night. Then Thursday morning, I flew to Chicago straight to our meeting, and then in the morning I had my show. So it has been like this. But I'm a flight attendant, so I'm quite used to flying.
Right.
Alina is still coaching me. Alina Popa, thank you for everything. And she was terrified that I'm flying like Thursday there and I'm competing on Friday morning. But now when she knows that I do that a lot, so it works.
Just one question about Alina. Why is she not doing this Rising Phoenix Championship show?
Well, actually, I haven't talked about that with her. So
okay, so you don't know why. No.
I don't know. I don't know anything.
How many times have you? How many times have you been to Olympia before?
This is my first time.
It's first time. I knew that.
Yeah.
So competing, but I have been there quite many times before. Last time I actually did a powerlifting meet at the same time there, and then I just went and see the Olympia as well. Yeah.
So how did it feel after all those shows, finally winning that show? I mean, when did you get a feeling at the Kai Green show that you knew you were going to win, and it was like, right, finally, after all this traveling, all this show, all this prep, all this, a lot of money spent on getting,
and what year did you start?
Forth?
When did you turn pro again?
Listen, don't interrupt me.
Okay.
Yeah, how did it feel finally? Like I said, when did you realize, I think I've got this and I am going to the Olympia?
Well, of course, it was. I didn't believe it before I heard it. I was all the time thinking that maybe I'm second or maybe I'm third.
Yeah.
And I'm ready to go to Tampa and collect the points. But still, it was something that I didn't believe before I heard it.
Yeah.
But before, like a week ago, I already went through everything in my mind. So actually, I won already when I was in my gym. I was there late night. I was going everything through my head, and I was thinking maybe if I get this year there, and I did all the emotions there in a gym floor, believe it or not. So when they said my name, I was somehow I was already went through everything in my head, but still I was crying. I have been actually really emotional this whole time after Kai Green Classic, and it's amazing, and it's so great to get ready to that show now. So I couldn't be more motivated to go there.
So did you need the win at Kai Green to get the points, or if you got second there, would you have had to get another second? How were you doing on points overall?
You needed a win.
Yes,
you needed the win.
I was the fifth. I'm going to play this here. Okay. It's space. I'm not sure. Yeah, I was the fifth in points before Kai Green.
Yeah.
So I was counting that if I'm there second, then I would probably. Tampa was the show where you could get double points.
Okay.
So that was something that, that was the competition that you needed to do before you could be sure that you are going to qualify, because it was double the points. So it goes like that. And top three with the points get to the Olympia. But it looked really good. If I would have been second in Kai Green and in top 5, top 4 in Tampa, I think then I would have had enough points.
So did your physique get better with every show, or was it with the traveling? How did it affect your physique? Did you feel you could get better each time, or?
Yes, actually it did get better, but we also changed my last week prep.
Yeah.
So I think that affects quite a lot. Of course, I have been doing all the time cardio because I'm quite big for the fitness category, obviously. My weight is 165 on stage.
Wow.
So it's 73 kilos. So it's good for me that I'm quite empty. And we did something for that. Cool. So I think that my physique went better and better all the time.
Okay.
And it's also good. It doesn't matter if I lose a little bit muscle as well.
Yeah.
I just need to keep going with the diet. I think so. Yeah.
So what is the goal for the Olympia, and when do you fly out to Vegas?
I fly there on Tuesday.
Oh, wow.
So Yeah, now I have more time than just one day. I'm actually flying with Kike Eloma. She won,
First Olympia.
Yeah.
1980, 1980, I believe.
81.
81, sorry. I thought McLeish... sorry, I thought Rachel...
Giles, we're disappointed in you, Giles.
I thought
Giles,
Rachel,
come on.
AJ, I thought Rachel McLeish was 81, but I'm wrong, sorry. My nerd facts aren't right.
Yeah.
So, okay. Oh, yeah, we've lost you. Just a visual. We just need your visual, that's all. All we can see is little Minna on the screen. There we go.
Yeah. Well, we just wanted to have you on to congratulate you with the victory.
Yeah,
we've seen you. We followed you a lot on Instagram to see your progress. We see how much this means to you. So we were really happy. That was the.
We were buzzing, weren't we?
We were so happy at home when we saw you won. That picture you had up, we can just see in your eyes how much it meant to you.
Yeah.
So that really meant a lot to us.
Yes.
And we're really proud of you. And we will see you in Las Vegas.
Yes.
Yes, definitely. See you in Las Vegas, and thank you for your support. It's great to be here in this show.
Yeah, and Minna, you got to take us out with something. It's a tradition.
Tradition.
Minna, you got to take us out with something. It's a tradition. Yeah. Minna's going to. It's going to be great.
I'm all about the delts.
It's going to be
And
great.
you can hear us in the audience when you're going to be on stage. We're going to give you the most applause you ever gotten before.
We might get removed from the building.
Yeah.
Screaming and shouting.
Well, thanks for coming on, Minna, and good luck.
All right, Minna. Well,
Thank you very much. Great to be here. See you in the.
We look forward to seeing you in Vegas. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.
It's so exciting what the Olympia the enthusiasm it brings to the athletes, you know?
Yeah.
The biggest event.
I mean, what a lesson in determination.
4 or 5 shows.
That traveling. That's hard on the body, mate.
Yeah.
And the thing is, fitness is probably the hardest on women's bodies.
Because the two is the routine and
it's the routine, it's the body, and then the traveling. And the thing is, she's traveling from Europe.
Well,
I know she's an air hostess, but still, it's a lot of travel. It's a lot of expense, a lot of time. It must be hard to coordinate, and maybe I don't know whether she's traveling by herself or trying to do the diet, the cardio. It's very tough. She has to be very tough mentally. So big thank you there to Minna, and it's nice to check up on one of our sort of old guests and to see a nice little success story to follow up on there. So we wish her all the best for the Olympia. So okay, we're going to take a very quick break, and we'll be right back after the break with our next guest on Global
Muscle Radio.
Okay. And welcome back to MD Global Muscle Radio here at the Pump Meter Studios, joined by my co-host AJ, all the way from Norway, and we're joined by Dorian Yates. Yes!
What an honor!
Yes! So we're pumped now. We're pumped. Yeah.
Wow,
all the way from the Costa del Sol in Spain, live and direct.
Yes. Over to you, mate.
Oh man, this is special.
Hold on. Take a look at this.
Come on, mate. Oh, it's a stone's throw.
Don't want to make you feel bad or nothing up there in the north of England.
Do you live out? You bought the property, or you rent there, or?
I rent there, right by the sea here at the moment. So I've been here for about. I've been here for 6 years now.
Is it 6 years now?
6 years.
6 years, yeah. It goes by fast as well. So I just started coming here on holiday. Meet a lot of people. There's a lot of British people there, obviously, you know that. And at some point, I just thought, why the fuck am I going back? So I didn't, and I stayed here.
So did you sell the house in Sutton Coldfield?
Yeah. I kind of left everything in the UK, so I don't have a place there now. I go a few times a year, see the kids and see my friends and stuff like that, or they come over here. So I'm not there a lot, but I do go back a few times a year. So I don't really need a permanent place there.
Why did you leave?
You know what happened to my place? I had a place there, and while I was away, it got burgled. And I just thought, man, that's just a sign. Like I just need to permanently get out of there. So that that's what happened.
So you swapped Birmingham for
Costa del
Dorian.
It's like it's time to kick back a little bit. I mean, I'm still busy. I'm still working. It's not like I'm sitting back and sunbathing every day, but it's time to kick back a little bit and enjoy life. I mean, I lived in Birmingham for 40 years, and of course, I could have moved out to California in the sunshine when I was competing, but I chose not to, just because I wanted to keep myself isolated and just really focus on the training and not get distracted with all the stuff out there. So I figured I'd done my time, man, and it's time to spend a bit of time in the sun and enjoy life a little bit more.
Yeah. So I mean, I saw you on Saturday at Muscleworks Orpington. You were doing a seminar there. Why were you?
Yeah, great, man. It was a great day there at Muscleworks. Thanks to the guys there for putting that on.
So what were you doing? Were you back in the UK for any specific reason, or?
No, they got in touch with me.
Oh, okay.
And invited me over there. And the original idea was that I was going to train Luke Sando. I was going to train him, and we're going to film it. Shit. But then Luke, he had to go and compete in the Tampa Pro Show because of the points situation, which I'm not really that familiar with, because in my day it was like you get top 3 in Arnold or the Night of Champions and you go through, or you win one of the other shows and you just go through. But now that's not the case, and I guess you have to get so many points and so on. So that was the thing. I was going to train Luke in the morning and do the seminar at the night, but Luke couldn't be there, so we went ahead with the seminar, and I think that was great. I had a great time there. It was a really good crowd turned out.
Very busy. Very busy.
Yeah, it was really busy. They said it was the busiest one they had there, and of course, I haven't really done anything like a seminar in the UK for some time, so it was great to get that feedback and interest from people.
Yeah. So I mean, you're still so in demand. I mean, all around the world. I see you doing a lot more like really sort of one-on-one personal training. Is that your main focus now, day to day?
It's not my main focus, really. The main, as far as the business focus goes, then it's DY Nutrition. That's been going for some years, but it's gone through a transformation because I got new business partners and investors. So now we're able to do a lot more with the brand than I was doing in the past. So we've kind of relaunched the DY Nutrition bodybuilding range, or the shadow line, and we've got a lot of things that we're working on right now, like a more kind of wellness and health-based nutrition line as well, because that's where I'm at now. Whereas the bodybuilding is more Dorian Yates past, if you like. Although I've got all that knowledge and I'm still passionate about the training in the gym. That's why I do take just a few select clients that I like to work with. Yeah, I got 2 or 3 people that I'm working with kind of full time now. One of them including Gabriele, who's training for the wheelchair.
I saw today on your Instagram.
Yeah, I mean, like pretty fucking inspirational, even for me. Every day I go to the gym and this guy's there, in his wheelchair, and he's smiling and he's ready to give 100% in the gym. So that kind of stuff's rewarding. So I kind of choose who I work with. I don't want to be known as I'm not a contest prep guru or anything like that. I just do pretty much what I want to do. So I'm not reliant on this for an income or a career or something. It's something I enjoy doing, and I like to be in the gym maybe 2 or 3 hours a day, and that's it. If I was stuck in there all day, then it's not like you're not giving 100%. It's not a passion. You're just like in there. I see personal trainers all the time, and they're just, they're just standing around counting numbers. Sometimes they're looking on their phone, all this bullshit. So if I'm in there, I'm in with my guy. Yeah. I'm in 100%, and we're sharing the energy, and we're doing it together. So, I do enjoy that. But DY Nutrition is the main business focus, and we've got a lot of stuff going on there. The new range, health and wellness range that we're working on, and also something we're calling DY Academy, which is going to be an online training facility where people get direct advice from me and a team of people underneath me.
Fantastic. Wow. So, go on.
Yeah. No, first of all, it's an honor speaking to you, Dorian. I've been doing this for 8 months. You've been doing this 25 years, but it's an honor speaking to you. In my gym in Norway, in Harold's gym, we have your picture. Yeah. Probably 4 places in the gym still.
Wow. I should hope so, man, because that's a real gym. So I would be disappointed if I wasn't on the wall there.
But what makes me happy to see how you're looking and the energy you have in as a little bit as past 35. What's your current training and diet consist of
Well,
these days?
I mean,
you look in
it's,
great shape, you know?
Everything I'm doing now is like, I guess it's a constant evolution. So it's changing. But I guess about 5 years ago, I was still doing what I could do as far as bodybuilding training.
Okay.
But it was limited because I've got, let's get that airplane go overhead. I said it's a little helicopter. Yeah, anyway, so, you know, I was doing what I was used to doing. I was doing the bodybuilding training, and I was limited because I've got a bicep and tricep injury on the left side, which everybody knows about from my career, I guess. And also, I got a shoulder injury on that side, which actually it was already injured. It was already a partially torn supraspinatus from the bodybuilding, from all the heavy lifting, which is not an unusual injury.
Oh, was that a build-up, like a wear and tear thing over the years?
Yeah, wear and tear over the years from all the heavy pressing and so on, and not having the knowledge of how to, you know, support the joints and work those smaller muscles in the rotator cuff and everything like that. You got so much more information now that we didn't have in the 80s and 90s. It was just pretty much macho, gung-ho, you know, get the heavyweights and blast it. So probably now with the knowledge I've got, I could avoid it or at least deal with it better when I had it. Said this guy, I think he's flying over trying to...
He's looking for Dorian.
Trying to film me or something.
Yeah, it's your next client.
Okay, piss off, man. All right, he's gone now. So, you know, I could train my legs fine. I could train my back fairly well to a degree. But I couldn't really train shoulders that well. I couldn't train chest hardly much because all the power from the pressing was gone on that left side. And if I tried to do, like, barbell exercises or something, it was just shifting. Then I was getting problems with the right shoulder, and I was going to a chiropractor one day. He told me, it's like, you know, fuck man, these guys are pretty persistent. He was telling me people didn't used to have back and hip problems when they used to squat around the campfire. Like people used to sit in a squat for hours around a campfire or something. So And then, I don't know why, he said, have you ever tried yoga? And I was like, no, but I'm kind of interested in it for some reason. Anyway, so I went home and I like, you know, try to sit in a squat, right? I mean, I used to squat when I was young, like ass to the floor, like Tom Platz, and it was no problem. And I did karate before that. We did deep squats, freehand, no weights and everything. So I was like, shit, it's really difficult for me to get in that position. And I feel tight around my hips. So I got these kind of little problems that I accumulated from years of lifting, and I decided to do something about it. And funny enough, I don't know if we're going to go on the subject of psychedelics, but it was after an experience I had with the psychedelics. I'm like, man, your body's all fucked up. You need to do something about it. So you need to do yoga. And I didn't even know anything about yoga. First thing is I bought a book and I started reading about it. And then I'm like, I need to get a teacher. But I'm not just going to go somewhere and like go to a place or something. I'm going to wait. And I'm just going to ask around and I'll find a teacher who's suitable sooner or later. So that's what I did. And I kind of fell in love with doing yoga. So I've been doing that now for about probably 3 or 4 years. Like I try to do twice a week.
Twice a week, okay.
So that's something really consistent that I do. That's helped with my mobility, my flexibility. And I mean, it's not only a physical exercise. It's, you know, yoga means union. So the whole thing is you're trying to, like, have union between your body, your mind, and your spirit. So it was like hard at first because it's almost opposite to what I do in the gym. In the gym, you got to push, right? You got to push.
You said this on Saturday.
You got to use aggression.
Yeah.
And you got to use power. In yoga, you've got to like, you've got to like breathe, and you've got to relax, and you've got to ease into the pose. And if you try too hard, it just makes it harder and harder. And the first few sessions were really tough because I got this thing inside. And I'd really try. And my balance was terrible. So I'm trying to stand on one leg. And I'm trying. And the harder I try and the more I tense up, the more I fucking fall over. And, you know, I was falling over and I was like, fuck. And my yoga teacher just looked at me calmly and said, Dorian, fuck. It's not a yoga word. So I got into the yoga. I'm still doing that. I still love doing that. I generally do it in the morning by the sea. So it's just like a beautiful start to the day. Get your energy up and everything.
Do you feel
doing that?
Sorry, Dorian. Dorian.
Recently I started Pilates as well. I'm doing that once a week. And I remember a few years ago, I saw Jay Cutler doing Pilates. And I was still in my, hardcore bodybuilding mentality. And I was like, what the fuck is this Pilates stuff, man? It looks gay. It's like, what the fuck is he doing that for? But now I understand. They work all these supporting muscles and your structural and your core. And so I'm doing that as well. And I'm in Spain, and I started biking, like cycling. And I used to do that as a kid. So I go cycling up the mountains here, which is great. Beautiful views and good cardio. How far? You can't do that year round in UK. Here you can do it year round. So I really enjoy that as well. And I go in the gym with weights probably once a week now and do some light training and some strengthening stuff for my shoulder injury and things like that. So it's more kind of functional stuff. Yeah. I couldn't even do like a 60 kilo bench press. I mean, I can't do it. So why I'm going to knock myself out trying to do stuff that's not benefiting me. And so my whole training is like, what do you need right now in your life? Do you need to be like, and it's very easy to get caught up in this. And maybe I was also to a degree, like, first of all, you're comfortable doing it. And second of all, it's like you feel like people kind of expect it of you. Like, you're 6 times Mr. Olympia. You got to maintain like something of this physique and so on. But eventually I just said, screw that, man. I don't live my life for other people. I live my life for myself, and everybody should think like that, I believe. Yeah. So what do I need? I need good health and fitness. I need good cardio. I need more mobility and flexibility, and I need to be able to like do whatever I want to do. I need to be able to swim and ride my bike, go hiking, and really enjoy things. And I need a functional body for that. And it's not necessary for me to be 18, 19 stone, which was whereabout I was. And also I've changed my diet to be what I call primarily plant-based. So I don't say I'm a vegetarian or a vegan or something, because I think that's too restrictive. But I do lean that way. I have some fish. Chicken, I pretty much don't have that too much, but maybe on occasion. I don't like to have too many rules. I might have some eggs. But most of it is kind of, plant-based. I like to say that because you can be a vegetarian and a vegan or whatever and still eat a bunch of crap. You could be a vegetarian and eat a fucking pizza and a Coca-Cola and a chocolate bar of dairy milk or whatever. Yeah. And you'd still be a vegetarian. So people say, oh, look, vegetarians, they're not healthy. Well, they're as healthy or as unhealthy as their diet is. So
with no meat
I don't
at
like
all?
to put myself in that category. People say, oh, you're a vegetarian now. I just say I'm mainly plant-based. Do
you source organic foods?
Yeah, I like to get organic foods. We got a lot of farms around here, and we got shops as well. It's pretty good around here for shopping organic and also for eating. Yeah. There's a lot more restaurants here like geared towards that than there probably would be in the UK. Yeah. I went back to Birmingham and I found one restaurant in the city centre there that was kind of vegan, plant-based, whatever you want to call it. But not so many, yeah.
Yeah. What about Gal, your wife? Does she eat kind of? Does she follow your kind of diet as well, or does she still do her own thing?
Not really. She does her own thing, and she does more work in the gym than I do.
Okay.
And she don't eat a whole lot. I mean, she eats a couple of times a day, and she still has some animal protein, but yeah, not a lot, because neither of us are trying to build muscle. So I think over the last few years, my weight's gone down. I was holding it probably like 18 and a half stone. Yeah. Generally. Now I'm around 16 stone. So that's just happened like naturally. I haven't tried to do it or anything like that. Yeah. And I like to stay lean. So I'm still pretty lean and good shape as far as like, good abs and everything like that. So that's more important to me than, having muscle mass now, which is really of no use to me. It's like carrying a 20-kilo bag around. Why? You know, I don't need to do it.
Do you think you'd have ended up in a poor physical state if you'd have carried on that way of still trying to maintain 260 pounds? Because I remember you weighed yourself when Robbie Durand came to Temple, and you were like, he said he weighs 260, says 10 pound of it's cock.
Yeah, so that's like 15.5 stone.
Dorian, do you remember when you said 10 pound of that is cock?
Yeah, hold on. Hold on, I got a call coming in, so I had to shut it off.
You gotta say it again. Say it again.
Yeah, I was being flippant because people were saying, "Oh, Dorian only weighs 210 or 220." So I guess my ego was kicking back and making a joke out of it. Mm-hmm. That's pretty. So I don't need that really high protein diet that I used to follow. It was relevant for bodybuilding, but I don't think it's the healthiest diet to follow as you're getting older. So. You know, I'm 57, so I'm getting on for 60. So my main concern now is my health and wellness and functionality. If your body is not healthy and functional, then you don't enjoy your life so much. If you're limited, right? So I don't want to be walking around with pain. Like probably I had pain in my shoulder sometimes from lifting or my hips and so on. So I feel fine now. I don't have any of that because I'm not pushing. I'm not trying to push my body with the weight.
Do you use the CBD oils?
Yeah, I use CBD and THC. Everything from the cannabis plant. It's all good.
Okay, cool.
I use a CBD just more for kind of relaxing and sleeping. And now I don't really have any joint pain, but I do use supplements. I use like a joint formula, glucosamine, MSM, things like that, and CBD. I'm taking a whole range of supplements. We'll be here all day if I want to tell you all about them. But I take a lot of herbs and antioxidants and different things.
Good. Dorian, how did you feel when you heard that the Temple Gym building they wanted to get it back from the landlord? That was, 4 years ago?
Well, it's sad, man, because that's a lot of history there. I had that gym.
I was gutted.
I trained in that gym when I was a kid. And then I personally had the gym myself since 1987, so almost 20 years.
Yeah.
And that's where I did all my training for all the British Championships, all the pro shows, all the Mr. Olympias. And it was a very special place down there. Anyone that's been there will tell you, like, the energy, probably because all the crazy workouts I did there and other people, like, just built that energy there. So it was a sad day. But we're having so many problems with the landlord, and they're redeveloping upstairs and outside, and we had water coming into the place. We had dust coming in there. We had no parking. Yeah. And it was just like, in the end, I tried to be philosophical about it and say, hey, it's like nothing lasts forever, right? And it was there's just too many signs saying that it was time to get out. So, I went with it. And at the point, I was not living in the UK anyway, so I was not at the gym on a daily basis, so that was not helping the situation either.
Yeah, you told me a story of what happened to that famous pullover at your gym on Saturday.
Yeah, it's residing somewhere else now in the north of England with Mr. Bales, who is is a friend of mine and a big kind of friend / fan, and I'm sure he's looking after it good, so it's up there now.
Yeah, because he was offered serious money for some of the equipment, like he was. Did you want to say what you were offered for that pullover once a time?
Somebody offered me 25 grand, and I wasn't even advertising it, So
I want to ask some questions about what's the hallucinating things and later, but
Ayahuasca.
Yeah, because I'm interested in that because I have some friends some have changed their life for the positive, some gone completely mental. So we need we need some evidence. But first, I want to ask because this question I want to ask.
Yeah.
Who was your main Lee Roney, Shawn Ray, or Flex Wheeler? Who was the best out of those three?
Say it again.
Kevin Lee Roney, Shawn Ray, and Flex Wheeler. Who, in your opinion, were best out of those three?
It depends on the day, right?
Because if they're all peaked, if they're all in their best.
If they're all peaked, wow, that's a tough one. You can toss a coin between Kevin and Flex, but I probably lean towards Flex just because he's just so gifted. He doesn't really have much weak points. His structure is great. His joints are very small, which makes him the illusion, making him look bigger. And I always respected his physique. But I knew that Flex was not giving 100%. He was a little temperamental. He had problems on and off with different things. So perhaps he never really hit 100%. And then I think after that, he tried to get too big, which, you know, compete against Ronnie and everything, which was not really in his favor. So, I mean, tough call, but I'd probably lean towards Flex, although Kevin was great. I mean, Shawn was amazing for his body weight because, you know, he stood next to me and he looked great. So personally, we didn't get along that well. We get along better now. There's no competition, of course, so we can all get along, right? Because we can take that out of the equation.
I spoke to Shawn. We were working together at Body Power 2012, and I kind of had a bit of a heart-to-heart with him about your relationship. And he said, we said back in the day, he says we were kind of frenemies. He said we didn't like each other, we didn't really communicate. He says, but now, he says, like you said, now the competition is removed. He says like you said, you've evolved, you're different people now. He says, I really like him and I respect him now. He says, you know, he's a great guy. He said, but at the time we were just mortal enemies, you know, because we were against each other. Yeah,
absolutely. And you know, we represented it like everything was totally diametrically opposed, like our personality, what we represented as far as bodybuilding. I was like, I was trying to take it to brutal extremes. Shawn was, you know, more of the classic aesthetic bodybuilder. He was out there in California driving his Ferrari and, you know, with the sunglasses on and all that stuff. So
you were in a basement in Birmingham.
You know, I was based in a dark basement gym in Birmingham. So we were opposite on everything, and we didn't really talk. I thought Shawn just talked too much. I thought he talked a lot of crap most of the time, and I was like,
Shawn talk crap? Shawn Ray talk crap? I don't believe it.
No, that's just nothing. That's air. That's bullshit. It doesn't mean anything because it's all about one day on the stage, man. That's your statement. That's the only statement I need to really make, and that's what I focused on. And if people were talking shit about me, then I didn't say anything back. I just took that and used it as fuel in the gym. And me and Shawn were talking in Dubai. We did a little seminar there, and he's like, man, I made a mistake, right, talking shit about you, because I know you just took that and used it for fuel. You got that right, buddy. Yeah. Thank you.
What do you think it did to those other competitors' mindset? The fact that you were just... Like, there was no social media then. I mean, you had Peter McGough writing these mysterious articles about you, Kevin Horton taking these amazing, like, black and white photos.
Peter did a great job.
Yeah, but what do you think it did to their mindset? Well, because, I mean, Flex Wheeler always used to look great at the Arnold, but then at the Olympia, it was like he'd fall apart almost. No,
I guess I was like the boogeyman, you know?
Yeah.
I was like the nightmare that, you know, if you don't know, if you don't know much, right, then you can create more scenarios in your mind. So what the hell is this guy doing over in England? What's he going to look like this time? And they used to see each other in the gyms, right? They mostly train at Gold's Gym. Shawn didn't train there, but he'd go up there like once a week or whatever. He'd go there periodically. Yeah. So they all knew about each other, and whatever was going on in their personal lives, it was all like a little bit of a gossip circle there. But they couldn't get any of that on me. They couldn't get any handle on me. So they didn't really know who I was, and the image I presented was just this guy that doesn't smile. He just trains all the time and comes and, you know, and take the title away. So it gave me a psychological edge, I would think.
Yeah. I think my greatest memory of you, Dorian, was the 1992 British Grand Prix, the day after the Olympia. Because that was when you'd have to ring up Gold's Gym to get the results. Now, this was the Olympia that year was the first Olympia that Dorian won was in Helsinki, Finland. Dorian won that. Now, not many people actually knew the next day that Dorian had won.
No, because there was no...
So they actually brought them all out through a center part of the stage with dry ice. And I remember then they kind of paused because they left Dorian till last. And then they said, and now the new Mr. Olympia. And I just remember the place went fucking ballistic. And I remember because Dorian just came out and hit a couple of poses, and I think he just smirked a little bit and then just walked off. It was like the place was going absolutely crazy, and you're just like, okay. It was brilliant. It was like, just like you. It was like, okay, just another day at work, you know. Fantastic,
right? Yeah, I was told that I should be more, you know, more of a showman, more smiley on stage and all that stuff. But it just wasn't me, man. I was just being genuine. That's how I was at the time.
And I think because of your mystique that you had and the fact that, like, it's like, why isn't this guy moving to America? How do we know so little about him? It's like you were the one that had so many crazy rumors.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm sure. Can you reel off, like, say, the 2 craziest rumors? Because I'm sure I've heard these, but these are fantastic.
Okay, I don't even know how this makes sense, but this came back to me a lot of times that I used to take my blood out at night and inject the blood with growth hormone, and then in the morning I would inject the blood back. I don't know what the reason was for this. And then the other thing was, because I used to make it a habit after training and go home and have my lunch and everything, and then I would sleep every afternoon for 2 hours. This was religious, like I had to do this. 2 hours, 8 hours at night and 2 hours in the afternoon, right? So the rumor was that I had a dialysis machine at home, and that's why I always had to disappear in the afternoon to hook up to the dialysis machine. So
I remember.
I guess my kidneys healed up pretty good because I'm not using it now.
Yeah, I remember Kevin Horton telling me, he said that if because you slept in the afternoon, he said if you would drive up to your house from from near Heathrow, Ivor, isn't it, near Heathrow down in London? He said that if he got to your house and the curtains were closed, he wasn't allowed to knock on the door until a certain time, because if he did, he'd be pissed off because, like, no, from between that time, that's when I sleep, that's when I recover. So he said as soon as he saw the curtains open, then he was allowed to go knock on the door.
Probably about right, yeah.
Fantastic.
And it was a good thing we had a big house because my son had a bedroom like on the opposite end of the house. So, you know, he could stay in his bedroom and make noise with his friends. I couldn't really hear him. But apart from that, it was like dad's sleeping time. He still reminds me about that.
After you retired, the bodybuilding scene in the UK weren't the same. We only had like Ernie Taylor,
JD Dewadu.
But right now it's really booming. Who do you think is going to win, Nathan D'Asher or Luke Sandow at Olympia? And what does it make you proud that at least we're talking about it as a big thing at Olympia, you know? Because it doesn't matter who wins or who loses, but the UK scene is really something special going on right now.
I mean, they're both great. And I don't really keep up with the scene that much.
Okay.
But I saw Nathan and I thought, wow, he's from UK. That's great.
Yeah.
And then I don't know. Somebody said to me, "Hey, have you seen this guy Luke Sandow? He's got something similar about his physique to you."
Yeah, agree.
So I like, no, man, Sandow. Wow, that's a good fucking name for a bodybuilder. Let me go look, right?
Yeah.
So I had a look, and I was like, I can see that this guy trains heavy because he's just got a certain look to the physique. You can tell, right?
Yeah.
And then I found out he was from the UK. I didn't know. I just assumed he was American.
You didn't even know.
Didn't know.
And I found out he's from the UK, and then I started following him on Instagram a little bit and watching his training. I'm like, this fucking guy is a real bodybuilder. Like, train the way we used to train with some heavy ass weights and pushing himself. So we're in touch now, and he did great at the Tampa. He got second to Dexter, and who knows, man? If he was a bit sharper, he could have maybe beaten him. So personally, if I had to choose between those two guys, I'll go with Luke because I think he's a bit more complete and is a bigger guy. So I would probably favor Luke, but you know, they're both great bodybuilders. So great for UK.
Yeah.
You said on the weekend, you said you're going to the Olympia. Do you want to tell us about that? And are you going to watch the show? Yeah, he's going.
Yeah, I'm going to the Olympia. I got commitment with a clothing company, Dark Sport, that I work with. So I'm going to be with them in the expo, and I will be at the night show of the Mr. Olympia. And of course, I'm training Gabrielle, who is going to be competing in the wheelchair category.
He's doing the wheelchair pro.
Yeah, so I'm going out to Venice about 10 days before. I'm doing a training camp out there. So I'll be out there for a little while, and Gabrielle's going to come out and do the last bit of his preparations there, so I can keep a bit of an eye on him.
Yeah,
I was last week. So yeah, I got a guy in the wheelchair category, which is
that's a tough.
I never thought that would happen, and it's been interesting and inspirational working with the guy because he's so, guy's so up and so happy all the time. Apart from when he just finished a set, and then there's, we call it the face, where he's just like really fucked at the end of the set. And he told me in 5 or 6 weeks training with me, he made more progress than he made in the last 3 years.
Wow.
And
I was going to ask if he was pro, actually. I was going to ask.
we're training like 30 minutes 4 times a week.
Shit.
30 minutes 4 times a
absolutely
week.
dead after 30 minutes. I mean, I'm really pushing the guy, and he's made great improvements. So it'll be interesting to see how he does in that category.
Has he got any use of his legs?
No, none at all.
Yeah.
And the thing is, he was a bodybuilder, and then he had a car accident.
Right.
So, I mean, he wasn't born with this disability, so that must be even harder to to mentally deal with, that you were able-bodied and now you're not. But I mean, the guy is like, he came back from that and he's doing great. And like I said, I mean, you know, some of us piss and moan, we're having bad days or whatever, or we don't feel like going to the gym, and here's this guy there every day. So there goes your excuse for feeling down. This guy's there every day with a big smile.
Dorian, you were on I saw on the weekend you had a new book. Do you want to tell us about it? Because I want to get a copy and I want to give it away on the show. So a signed copy if we can.
I got a new autobiography from the Shadow, which has been out for a few months now. And we had a few problems actually with the ordering process, so we're just fixing that now, and you'll be able to get it through DY Nutrition probably by next week.
How many printings have you done so far? Is it just one printing so far?
We did one print, which was a limited edition numbered copy. So it was a hardback, and it was numbered, from 1 up to 1,000. So that's like a collector's item. And now we're going to general paperback print, and a lot of people asking me to do an audio book as well. So
it's a good idea.
That's a good idea.
I'm gonna do that, and I plan to read it myself.
Yeah.
And maybe at the end of each chapter, I'll do a little extra anecdotes or something that's not in the book. Yeah, who knows, man?
Well,
maybe some secret stuff.
I think, Dorian, back in the day, I think I bought 3 copies of Blood and Guts because I wore them out. Seriously, that one and Ronnie Coleman, Unbelievable. I think I bought Ronnie twice, and I bought Dorian 3 times.
You're talking about the book, right?
No, the DVD. No, sorry, the video. Sorry, not even DVD. Video, VHS.
Yeah, that's classic, man. I'm really glad that I managed to get that when I did. Because even I can look back and say, what the fuck?
That was insane.
Do you watch yourself some of the old footage and just sit and reminisce?
I mean, I don't go on the internet and say, hey, let me watch myself. But, people are always making compilations of videos and slot in a bit of Blood and Guts in there, inspirational videos. So I get to see it now and then when I watch those videos,
Yeah.
Can we go into the psychedelic part a little bit? I want to learn a little bit about.
Because I want to talk about the Costa Rica, because you sent me the details and I've been looking at it because I'm actually interested.
Tell me more about it.
I'd like Dorian to take me through it as well.
Okay.
With the shaman. Over to you, Dorian.
I had some experiences with psychedelics. I've done ayahuasca a few times in Spain, and I've experimented with acid and mushrooms and occasionally. But I felt that ayahuasca was the most therapeutic and get the most out of it.
Sorry, what about, you said you did DMT as well, Dorian?
There's probably so much misconceptions about this and so much bullshit on the internet. And the reason is just really, really hard to describe exactly what this is.
Okay.
It's strictly speaking, ayahuasca is a medicine. That's what they call it, medicina. In South America. It's a medicine that works with you, with your own mind, really, and just exposes so much more of reality. I mean, you'll be in no doubt that there's much more to reality than that you can just pick up with your senses, is what we're limited to.
Yeah.
So you'll see there's much more to reality. You'll have many things revealed to you. About yourself as well, which can be hidden from yourself. There's a lot of stuff in our subconscious, it's your subconscious, so you can't see it, you can't sense it yet. It's having an effect on us. So it's kind of, you get that box open a little bit. It works on so many levels that it's kind of almost frustrating trying to describe it, but I do my best,
Dorian, I've seen a huge change in you since you really started. Like, I remember following your Instagram. I've seen like a change in your vibe. I remember seeing you on the Joe Rogan. I watched that twice. I mean, that's like a 3-hour long podcast. Yeah. Absolutely incredible. But it's like I've seen a change, and I think you on the Joe Rogan you said it's like it removes the ego.
Yeah, it doesn't remove it, but it makes you much more aware of it. I think we all got ego, right? I can't remember who said it, but somebody said, like, how much ego do you need? You need enough ego so you don't get, you don't let yourself get run over when you're crossing the road. So basically, you need enough for your own self-preservation. So egos, we still have it, but I'm aware of it, and I'm less driven by it. I think that's the thing.
Do you think it's made you a better person?
I mean, what's a better person? It's made me somebody that can see things from different perspectives. It's made me into somebody that's much more empathetic to everybody, to everything. It's made me realize that at some level, at least, we're all connected. We're not actually, we think I think I'm Dorian, you think you're Giles, and we're having this experience, and that's it. But yeah, you're having that experience, but ultimately we're all the same thing, having lots of different experiences, if that makes sense. If you want to call it God, I don't really like that word because it's just got negative religious overtones for me, from my upbringing and so on. But yeah, the oneness, the universe, the force, whatever, it's we're all expressions of the same thing, having different experiences.
You said to me on Saturday, you said it's like an ongoing thing. So you'll have these, to help you continue to evolve as a person.
Yeah, I mean, I don't go to ayahuasca and it's magic and I know everything. I know a lot more every time. But when I come home, I'm still working on it. I'm on a spiritual path, a spiritual journey, and that requires constant work. Just like if you're on a bodybuilding journey, it's just in a different way. So daily, I meditate, I read, I do breathing exercises. Of course, I do the yoga, which we already discussed, which is somewhat physical and somewhat spiritual as well. So I'm now trying to develop myself in that way more than before. It was just much more physical. But even to the bodybuilding training, there was always a spiritual side, and definitely a mental side, which I was very much in touch with, probably more than other people.
You're the king of it.
Yeah, and a spiritual side to it as well. Kind of, I saw it as mastery over myself.
Yeah.
Mastery over my impulses to not be uncomfortable and not eat this food when I my body is telling me to. So I was kind of getting control and mastery over myself. That was the way I saw it. That was my approach, and that's missing more now because of it's just the culture we're in and the social media and everything. People taking less pride in their actual, what they can do physically. Yeah. They just want the end result more. That's what I sense.
Dorian, would you say you're the happiest you've ever been?
I think so, probably, yeah. I think I'm more in touch with myself, more comfortable in my own skin, and more in touch with the people, animals, plants, everything around me. I used to walk through the park before, and it's nice. I walk through the park, but I'm not really conscious. Now I look at the trees and I look at the plants, and I think, fuck, that's amazing. That's all part of the living planet and the universe. And when you take a look around, I mean, life can be amazing. You just gotta maybe change your perspective a little bit, and psychedelics definitely helped me to do that.
What do you think, AJ? Because I've watched a lot of, I've done a lot of research on stuff like this, and because you're obviously quite new to all this. What's your feelings?
It sounds, for him, it's worked, but can it work for a person who's in the working from 9 to 4 in a busy schedule who's working at a box office, and
you mean
stress
not ready?
Absolutely,
you know what I mean?
It can work, and it does work for everybody. But maybe that guy that's working from 9 to 5 or is working a box, whatever, maybe he will realize that he can do something else. I'm not saying that will happen, but it could happen, and he could just open his mind to more possibilities, because ultimately, we do what we believe is possible. And if you believe that you can only work from 9 to 5, then this will be the case. But if you believe there's other possibilities out there, and I've seen this happen with people that they've just changed their life, they've changed their job, they've changed relationships and so on, and for the better. So people that come to Soltara with me, which by the way, because people were asking me, where can I do this? Where can I have this experience? And I was very reluctant, and I never did tell them where they could go because I didn't find somewhere that just really ticked all the boxes. When I got in touch with Soltara, which was through Brian Rose at London Real, that I've worked with a lot. A lot of people have probably seen the podcast there.
Fantastic.
So Brian went out there and he just told me that the place was amazing. The care and the explanation of the process before you do it.
It's with a shaman, isn't it? With a proper shaman.
You do it, is the shamans do the ceremonies and they control the ceremonies and the energy in the ceremonies, and they're amazing. I mean, they're so dedicated and they have decades of years of training to do this. But before and afterwards, there's a team of people there, facilitators, that really know what you need to hear, explain everything, and they're there for you all the time. Even now, like people from my group or even myself, I can call up somebody and if I've got something that's concerning me, I can have a talk and everything. So it's kind of a combination of Western approach and psychology, if you like, with the traditional Shipibo or Peruvian shamanic approach, because just having a shamanic approach is fine, I guess, for somebody from Peru that's just going to go back to their rural village or something like that. But you're going to go there, you're going to get your mind blown open, and then you're going to go back to your environment and so on. So it can be quite a shock to transition that. So they're very caring with that. So that's why I agreed to headline a camp there, which I did in June, and we're doing again now in November. So I don't know how it's going to be next year, if we're going to do one or two, but right now I really enjoy working with these people. I enjoy working with the people that come along. We have a maximum of 20 people for the camp, and I just see these people transform. And actually we all like a family. We keep in touch afterwards. We have a WhatsApp group, and daily we're talking to each other. So daily we're exchanging ideas, meditation tapes, video messages and so on. So you become like and during the camp as well, you have like sharing sessions, almost like psychology sessions, where you talk as little as much as you want, really, but everybody starts coming out with their shit, right? And we've all got shit. We might pretend we don't. We might walk around like we're all like fine, but nobody's 100%, right? We've all got shit there that we could better get out. And so we have these sessions as well where we kind of share what we're feeling and what comes up during the ayahuasca sessions and so on. So I mean, I love the place. It's great. So that's why I decided to do the camp there.
So what does this cost, the things like that?
Well, it's like a 5 day.
It costs about I guess about $500 a day for a week. But you've got accommodation there. You've got food, which is all great and organic. It's all the food. You have to do a special preparation before you go there. You do a diet before you go there.
No sex.
No sex.
Special food. No sex, of course, which is
seriously
coffee sometimes. Before, during the camp, and for a period afterwards. So you really benefit from the process. So for a bodybuilder, that's like a piece of piss, right? I'm used to disciplining myself and dropping things out. So there's no alcohol, there's no weed, there's no anything mind altering, no sex. There's a lot of food restrictions and so on. So you do this for a period of time as well. So yeah, the place is very professional, and that's why I have no problem recommending it. If you're interested, you can go look soltara.co, and they have retreats there all the time. Even if you don't want to come to mine or make it there, the place is still great. So I just been to London, right? I paid $500 a night to stay in the Marriott near to Oxford Street, and I don't get shit, man. I don't get no ayahuasca. I don't get
that's
2
true.
meals a day.
You got to pay for your water.
I don't get psychotherapy. I don't get a yoga teacher. I mean, we do meditation, we do yoga.
I love it.
We go swimming in the sea. We've got great food. So I think it's reasonable. But they got a whole team of people there. They got the shamans. They got to fly in. So they got it's quite a lot of expenses to put all this on. So they're not in this game to make money. I mean, obviously it's got to break even and make something, but all the people there, they're just very dedicated to caring for people, and that's what they do.
I really want to go.
If you really want to go, then you should really just do it.
Yeah, listen,
you know
man.
I mean?
November the 17th. Get online and book it fucking up, man. Let's not talk about it. Let's just do it, man.
Correct.
Jump in.
Yeah, if you want to go, Giles, there's no point in just talking about it.
Jump in, man. I'll be there to hold your hand.
You can hear all my shit. Okay, Giles, you've overshared now. You've overshared. Let somebody else talk.
Listen, man, you can hear all my shit. And this is the thing. When we do the sharing sessions, this is confidential. We have an agreement between ourselves that stays in the room. So it never comes out. And you can feel comfortable to say whatever you need to say. A lot of people break down crying and all this. But it's like, it's therapeutic, man, to get this stuff out. And especially for men, probably, because men in the West, we're brought up to be...
Keep it inside.
You know, you don't show your feelings, right? It's not good to cry and all this stuff. And, you know, the shaman was laughing because he's like telling me, like, you know, you guys in the West, you got a big problem with this, because if we feel like crying, we just cry. It's not even a thing. If we feel like laughing, we laugh. And that's it, man. It's a human emotion. And... So yeah, it's a combination of everything, and the medicine's a big part of it, but it's not everything.
AJ, I think I've got no more questions on that one.
No,
that's told me everything I want to hear. Really,
it'd be exciting to see.
Yeah, so it's just I just love hearing about this stuff.
The next step is just do it, man. I got a lot of people actually from the bodybuilding and fitness industry that are very interested and very curious about this, but they're nervous about making that leap and doing it because they think somehow... I had one guy, I won't mention his name, but he's a pro. And he was like, yeah, but I'm scared, Dorian. I come and do this, and I think, fuck this bodybuilding shit. I don't want to do it anymore. I don't want to lift weights anymore. I'm like, well, that won't happen, man. That won't happen, at least unless it's meant to happen, that you've got that already somewhere in your mind. And that's secretly what you want to do, but you're not facing it. Then it could happen, but it's not going to change who you are. It's just going to like make you a better version of yourself, really. That's all.
Okay, Dorian. Well, I know Dorian eats at 6.
Yeah.
Because he said that it's dinner time at 6 o'clock. So have you got any final questions for Mr. Yates?
No final question. It's great having you on. I just love for people who are willing to, what can I say, not do things traditionally, to experience their minds, you know, and I just love seeing your evolution from but it's really interesting.
Thank you. I thought people wouldn't be really that interested.
Yes, we are.
Actually, you know, Gal, she shared my first yoga picture on Instagram, and I was doing the splits, and I was like, my friend messaged me, hey man, I didn't know you could do the splits. I'm like, how do you know I can do the splits? Because I was not really into social media, right?
Yeah.
So he's like, because I saw it on Instagram. So I got on Instagram. Gal, what the fuck? Why have you put this thing on Instagram? Man, people don't want to see me doing the splits. And then it was like, wow, the reaction I got was huge, you know, and people were interested in it. They were interested in what I was doing. So I just started sharing it more. And between that and the podcast I've done, I got so many people coming up to me now and saying, look, Dorian, just thanks for talking about all the subjects you're talking about, because it's really helped me. And literally I got people coming up with the tears in their eyes saying, man, you don't know this, but you literally saved my life with some of the stuff you've said.
That's a great
I mean, this is powerful, man. And this just encouraged me to keep doing it and doing it more. And, you know, I'm human. Some days I don't feel like it. I feel a bit down some days, like everybody, man. Let's be honest. We have these days, right? But people coming up to me and telling me this, it just gives me strength to keep pursuing what I'm doing at the moment.
For me, Dorian, it was when I saw the Joe Rogan. I was like, because I hadn't really watched a lot of your stuff for a few years. I watched the Joe Rogan one, and then I watched it again because it was so good. And and that's it kind of opened my world up a little bit. So I was really curious to really speak to you, you know, on this show, because for me it's very interesting.
Happy to be on, man. Happy to be on.
Yeah, no, thank you. So, and he's a big fan of Jordan Peterson.
And also, we gotta get you. Who's gonna win this Mr. Olympia, Dorian? Who's gonna win this Mr. Olympia?
Honestly, no, because I don't know who's in it. Give me a few names, man.
Brandon Curry, William Bonac, Rolly Winkler, and Dexter Jackson are the 4 guys people talk most about going in.
All right, man. You want me to give you an answer? It's not easy, but I'm gonna go on what I've seen and what I've. I don't know if this is going to happen, but you're throwing those physiques out there. Who do I think's got the best physique?
Yeah.
William Bonac.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Somebody else said that as well.
Yeah, somebody else.
Yeah, because the guy comes in, he's balanced, and he's got some good sharp conditioning, which you don't see so much these days. So I'm impressed with that.
Yeah.
I don't know if he will win, but you wanted an answer. There you go.
Thank you.
Dorian, it's been a real honor,
Yeah.
Dorian. It's you're the one, one of the main guys. I really want. Even when we started this show back in November, you were one on the top tick list. So thank you so much. I thank you so much for your generosity.
When Giles has had his ayahuasca experience, then I'll come on again.
Oh yes.
And Giles, I hope you do it.
I really want to do it.
If you want to do it, then you should do it.
Yeah, I was
Just do it, man.
Yeah.
Dorian.
Nike it, man. Just do
like
it.
Nike.
I might see you out in Costa Rica then, Dorian. So thank you so much, mate.
All right, guys.
I look forward to
You
seeing
got
you
my
in Olympia.
WhatsApp number, man. If you need to know anything.
Thank you, Dorian.
All right, guys.
Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Thanks.
Namaste. Namaste.
Yes. Namaste.
Yeah, he puts that on his Instagram.
Yep.
Oh,
Now we had Phil Heath on. We have Dorian Yates on.
that was an interview, man.
What other legends do we have? Not yet.
Ronnie,
I
Jay
think
Cutler.
It's only Lee Haney left now, isn't it?
Yeah, Lee, if you're watching.
Lee Haney, if you're watching, come on, bro.
Oh, that's amazing.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah, I can see in your eyes you're just totally
Yeah.
not
it's
what you...
just,
Was that what you expected?
I've seen some of his content, and I just enjoy people speaking their mind. Not just the regular, let's have a protein, let's have an egg.
Yeah. Well, he has a story about not giving up. It's like having that mentality to be yourself, and like I spoke to him on Saturday. We were chatting for about 2 hours, having some lunch and everything. And he was saying, he says, I'm constantly evolving. He says, I'm changing. My mind, my body. He said it's all a constant evolution, and I'm just trying to be more.
Especially what the
trying to be more.
shaman says about the guys in the West.
Microphone.
That there's no emotions here. People are not talking anything, and you know what I mean.
Well, what do we spoke?
We do it, but other people don't.
Yeah, but on this show we spoke a lot about mental health.
Mental health, yeah, and there's a lot of mental health problems in the West. That's for sure.
Which certainly connects with what he's saying. So I think there's something to be picked up on there, and hopefully people can really get something from that interview, because I think that's been one of our best ever.
So we got Dorian Yates, we got Ryan Terry,
Getting all cocky now.
Who was it? Jennifer Dorie,
Minna
Pajulahti, and now we MD Muscle Development with all the big boys playing.
Global Muscle Radio, and we are out.
Shout out time.
Okay, guys, we're going to end off episode 32 with our shout-outs. So, AJ, who's your first shout-out?
My first shout-outs is to my Andrea Shaw. Oh, wow.
Who's this one?
Miss Pretty Muscle.
Oh, this is her.
Look, Giles. What do you think when you see this?
I think, wow.
Yeah, get your blood flowing, get your energy. You feel alive.
That's a very impressive.
So
physique.
this is for people at home. When a girl can put that much effort into her physique, she needs more followers. Yeah. What's her Instagram handle, Chris? Miss Pretty Muscle.
MZ.
Andrea Shaw.
Yeah.
She's doing this Rising Phoenix Championship.
She's bodybuilding.
And she is...
God, look at that.
Oh, yeah. Wings of Strength athlete, as you know.
Calm down, AJ.
So Andrea Shaw...
Oh, she's cute.
Yeah. No,
really
I wouldn't put up no ugly girl, would I?
Oh, she's pretty.
And then...
No, I'm saying...
look at the picture.
The reason I'm saying is because it's good when they keep their femininity and they have a physique that kind of developed. That's very hard. Very difficult.
She came a very close second.
Oh, come on,
she came a very close second to your partner. I think she almost lost to Alicia Young. That Rosie did the posting for.
Okay.
Oh, so look. Beautiful shape.
Oh, wow. She's a real find. Look at that. Look at the legs. Oh, I didn't realize she was this good.
So this is Andrea Shaw. Look at this, guys.
That's future. That's women's bodybuilding.
So this is
best. No, that's a hell of a shout out. That's because I wasn't aware of this lady.
Go one more thing, people can follow her and click on.
I'm going to be following her now.
Chris, have you followed her yet? Oh, you already follow her, of course. Miss Pretty Muscle. What's your next shout out?
Mine is Purbinell.
Ah,
the legend of legends.
Swedish legend.
Yeah, it's a very pretty photo there. Yes, Purbinell is what would you say is the world's best bodybuilding fitness photographer? Best known?
Oh, look at the magic Richard Jones picture there.
2009? No, 2000.
No, way before.
No, 2000. He competed in Olympia 2005. Got last. Well, no, because they touted him as a Mr. Future.
I know. But there was a little bit of politics going on there.
But I mean, this Per Bernal and Kevin Horton for me are my two.
You took the Jake Cutler famous picture, Stomp.
2009, yeah.
The Stomp.
Shawn Rhoden, that's 2001. Yeah, look at that. I mean, this is like Chris Lund, Per Bernal, Kevin Horton. Just a David Paul.
He's working for The Rock.
That's Danny Garcia. That's The Rock's manager. This is like, you look at a front cover of Muscle and Fitness. He was with MD for 20 years. He's still
Dolph Lundgren, the Swedish legend.
Dolph Lundgren. This is like the go-to. Let's Phil from
That's from our tour.
That's from our tour. I think he did that with his phone. That's taken with his phone.
Well, better than my pictures from my phone, that's for sure.
Yeah. And I was using this because he came. Should we explain? Because he came
Chris,
on.
press her.
AJ. On the Phil Heath tour, on our Global Muscle Pro tour, he joined us on the second half of the tour.
One thing, you see that wrestler down there?
No.
That's the shit.
Who?
That's the newest diva, top-notch quality. Wrestling is for proper guys. He's nothing for you.
The Rock, I can.
yeah.
The Batista. Oh,
Batista?
Don't like him.
You said Batista. What do you call him?
Didn't call him anything.
Okay.
He's bigger than me. Yeah, Kai Green there. Look, Kai Green.
Oh, 50 Cent in the
50
club.
Cent, yeah.
Oh,
so, I mean, he is like,
Cent.
he's basically like, it's as good as it gets, really. He's as big as it gets.
Oh, I love Rachel McLeish, by the way.
That's not Rachel McLeish.
Oh, come on, you're blind. It even says Rachel McLeish
That's
on
not
it.
Rachel McLeish.
Who is it then?
She's had a lot of work done.
That's an old picture.
That's not old? No.
Yeah, come on.
Okay, well.
Yeah,
Didn't look like
Per Bernal.
Yeah, Permanent Fleur. That's a cool front cover.
Oh, that's the film. That's our. We don't want to watch Flex magazine. We're all about MD.
Unless you want to pay us $1 million a month to work for it. We're so loyal. Yeah. So I mean, wonderful photographer.
Oh, Rhoden.
He let me play with his equipment.
Who came first
on the tour? Yep, he let me. It was.
Yeah. Look at that picture.
I want to talk about the camera he let me play with. It's called Phil. Chris, I get Chris and Phil mixed up all the time. Is it red? That's like a big deal, isn't it? Yeah. That's like what the rich photographers use. So yeah, he let me. Thing is, I was filming for ages, and he comes over and he said, "Oh, Giles, thank you so much, but you need to press record." And he went, "What you need to do is you need to press this." I was like, "Oh, I've done some really good filming, Per." And
look at Victor, Giles.
Manual photo. Oh, you just want to talk about the photos? Fine, let's talk about
the picture, Victor.
Look at that.
Oh,
that is like a 3D picture, isn't it? Amazing. I think he's inspired a lot of other photographers as well with the style and the lighting, and he's a
show him a picture of Per so that people know.
Per Bernal's a pioneer, really. Yeah, that's the 2008 Ironman for Phil there.
Yeah. So people follow Per Bernal photo.
Yeah, amazing. He lives in LA now. He's originally from Stockholm in Sweden. So
thank
fantastic.
God he moved from that shit.
Absolutely amazing, and it was a real pleasure for him to come over. I was just as excited for him coming over as Phil. I've been a photographer. I've done photography.
Phil, when you're in the airport, it looked like you were dating.
I was on a bit of a high. I'm not gonna lie, I was pleased he showed up. I had a lot riding on that week.
My last shout out is the Muscular Development's Bikini Fan Choice Award winner from Tampa Pro, and her name is Teresa Miller, number 240. And this is what we like in a bikini woman.
This was the one everyone was raving about after the Tampa.
This is the muscular. Go to the left, Giles. What do you think?
She doesn't even look real.
Chris?
Looks
amazing physique.
Legs are a bit thin.
This is bikini. You're not supposed to be Tom Platz.
I love the shape.
Look, Ron Massel, Ron Harris. I had you in the top 5. Liked by AJ.
How is this
the
fourth
call out? Seriously, you're beautiful.
Liked by AJ.
You should be very proud. Bro, this is the Fan Choice Award.
Right.
Muscular Development's most favorite bikini girl. It's T. Miller fit.
She looks like she's been like a cartoon character. Like
press
she's been
that
drawn.
one.
Like she's so
press that one.
Like the proportions and
wait, baby.
Whoa, that's some very intense makeup.
That's some intense waist size, like a little boy.
No, she's lovely. She's beautiful.
Beautiful woman.
Look at the eyes. Is that contact lenses?
I don't know what girls do or don't do, bro.
Look at her face.
Zach Khan's got some.
She doesn't look real. She looks like CGI.
Chris, are you impressed?
Chris, is that CGI? That's not CGI.
Beautiful green. What's that color called?
Turquoise.
I love turquoise.
Oh, wow.
So very beautiful woman.
It's the eyes. They're like hypnotic.
Yeah. So, what's her name again for people who want to follow her? Because she's just not like this regular Instagram buys a lot of followers.
I thought that said flexible dating. It says flexible dieting.
She has a boyfriend.
Oh, shit.
Or a husband. I'm not so sure what it is. But anyway, Teresa Miller.
Fantastic.
IBB Pro Bikini is on the rise.
She's new then. She's new.
Yes, and she's on the rise.
Okay.
And next contest, she will not be for call-out.
No. She's very marketable.
If she is, we will riot.
Yes, we will riot. We'll throw chairs.
Yeah. So follow this girl.
We'll throw chairs in our living room.
Look like a model, like Sophia Loren or something like that.
Per Bernal should be photographing someone.
There you go.
Imagine the work they could do together. Imagine that.
Teresa Miller on the rise.
Right. Okay, you're done. My final shout out is Kila Kuula
from Finland? Or is it from Finland?
Finland, yes, Finland, yeah.
Do
you know the episode I had with him in my Must News Weekly show was my highest rated one? And he was the main guest. He was the main feature.
Maybe he knows Minna Pajulahti?
Probably does.
Since they're both Finnish?
I mean, this is an IFBB Pro, turned pro a couple of years ago.
Some thick size there.
Moro Sassi. Is that Moro Sassi? Yes, Moro Sassi.
Without the cap, can't be Moro Sassi.
He's an IFBB Pro. Last year he competed. He got a couple of top 10 finishes at the Toronto. Really, like you look at the thick, brutal,
like a James Hollingshead type of.
Yeah, hard. Like hard trainer. He's just very thick. He's obviously took this year off, but I'm looking forward to seeing him come back. And I like this guy. He's a nice guy. I like his work ethic. He always stays in touch on social media and stuff. And he's someone I'd love to see move up into the top 6 at these pro shows like the Vancouvers and Torontos. And he's not afraid to do a few shows as well.
Yeah, that's with the eggs. Look like he just came out of prison down there with the eggs, huh? That's a prison walk. You got a lot of eggs. You happy? You got eggs. You come out of prison. You just bought a lot of eggs.
I wouldn't know.
No. He's his son, maybe, or
yeah. Oh, I've seen that one. This was last year. That was his kids usually.
Is that Maurice Sossi in the background?
Yes,
yeah,
Maurice
checking out the pics.
This was last year. This was probably the New York Pro because it says New York there. So he's got really
he looks good, huh?
Yeah, he's got good. What's his frontal bicep?
Nice and thick.
Watch how he pops. Yeah, look. Yeah, good. He's good. He just
how old is he? He looks young.
I don't know, but he needs just a little bit more. He comes back next year and he gets good condition. He's should
have him on the show maybe next year.
I wouldn't mind getting
next
him on the show.
year,
yeah, because I like him. I've got a good rapport with him. He's a cool guy, thick, proper old school bodybuilder.
We like new talents that, you know what I mean? Like, we want to see him rise.
He's the one I want to see take a step up again next year. Because he wanted top 10 his first year as a pro, and he got a couple of those. So I think 9th and 10th. So he was happy, and he's very, very positive, good person. So, there's a guy I'd really want to see more of. So, okay, AJ, that's
muscular development.
It's
high tech over there.
Big thank you to High Tech Pharmaceuticals here at the Pumped Media Studios. Yes, was that the best episode we've ever done, AJ?
Get your new
AJ.
No, the best one is always the next one.
Over here, bro.
The best one is always the next one.
Well, we've got a lot of work to do for this next one because this is going to be hard to top. I'm feeling this is like a bit of a landmark top 5 of all time ones we've done.
Right, thanks to Ryan Terry.
Yeah, Ryan Terry.
Thanks to Dorian Yates, the legend of legends.
Even just saying that, Dorian Yates, that's so...
Thanks to Minna Pajulahti for saying hello. Thanks to Men's Physique swag champ, Ryan Terry.
Did you say Ryan Terry already?
He's so nice, you got to say it twice.
Jennifer Dorie, the bikini girl, lady.
Thanks to Jennifer Dorie.
I don't like saying girl, I like to say lady.
Okay, we out, MD.
Yeah, and so sorry the episode was 14 hours long, but it is what it is, and we're spoiling you. So, okay, big thank you, and we'll see you next week for MD Global Muscle Radio. We are out.